Tietmeyer's looking good, though, with a nice flat ball flight. He was hitting some nice little pull cuts earlier today, ball releasing. I think he's made the Final 8 at every one of these events. I don't think he has. I know he has. Also a Final 8 finalist at the World Championships last year at the WinStar World Casino. Hello from in Germany. Oh, no problem with the live stream. Like I said, we're going to be live on Professional Lawn Drivers Association on YouTube. Me and Trevor are going to go back and forth. Just wanted to shoot a little
big
bit
one here
here
by Tietmeyer.
We'll just get through the first.
Left center of the grid, little fade, playing with the wind. Mansfield hitting the highest ball of the group.
Ooh.
Another one peppered down the left center.
Big ball from Mansfield. So right now you'll see balls probably in the 390s to 400s. The guys that are in the 220s, you can see they can run it up to the 410s and 420s.
And you can tell Gentry's getting loose now. His first 2 sets, he was making it through, hitting some good balls, but now he's got the classic Gentry draw that he normally has. He's got the biscuits and gravy shifting into the ball today, guys.
Yep, we got Bry Roberts, hello, he's in Wales. I don't know if he's single, ladies. So for the 6% of our following on Lawn Drivers that are women, Bry Roberts is a stud, and he's got great quads. He likes to shoot videos with his quads.
Yep, yeah, he does.
Bear quads.
Bear quads?
Yeah, bear quads.
Bear
yeah,
quads.
It's bear quads.
Berkshire's final ball with the blue ball here.
Bryson D Shambo, he could be here. Bryson, we're wishing him the best of luck this week in Las Vegas. Hopefully he'll take it down with a 48-inch shaft. What do you think about that, Trev? You know, Bryson D Shambo with a 48-incher.
You know, he's going to start experimenting, see what he can figure out. You know, he realizes that his short game is good enough that he can just try to overpower golf courses. And when you win the U.S. Open on a course hitting 21% of your fairways, you know you're pretty good. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Masters holds for him. I think it's a little more open there, and I don't think the rough's going to be an issue for him at all. So if he can figure out that 48-inch driver, keep it within a reasonable margin, he's going to be dropping bombs and making birdies the entire weekend.
You think he's going after Tiger's lowest round?
You know what?
Holes?
I don't think that's even crossed his mind, but that's definitely a possibility, and boy, that would be fun to watch.
You know, the shortest guy ever in the history of Long Drive has just entered the chat room. Nick Kiefer. Hello, Nick. Hopefully you can see us. He's probably standing on
his little step stool?
On his stool.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Nick Kiefer, he might be able to hit a golf ball far, but by golly,
the only
he's better
30-year-old
at
adult that still uses
painting.
the booster chair at the Sizzler Steakhouse.
Yep, he can paint some putters. So in Long Drive, if you own a putter, more than likely you suck at it. But
if you want it to look cool, go see 847 Customs.
Go see Nick Kiefer. You're welcome, Nick. Now send me my money Venmo. All right, like I said, slot 2, Nick. Warbeck, I'm going to remember his name. It's going to be hard to forget because this kid's a stud.
Yeah, we got Koch in 1, Nick Warbeck in 2, Deber in 3, and Riesbach in 4.
Nick's shorter than you, Andrew, if you're wearing 8-inch heels, so don't worry about it. Got Josh Koch, slot 1. Nick Warbeck, rookie, who is a stud baseball player with a great ball flight.
Koch has been filling up the grid, too, on top of his consistency with his clubhead speed today. He's been 147.7 just about every single swing. I don't think I've seen him hit the grid less than 4 times every set, so that's going to be huge today.
Ryan Riesbach, slot 4. Brant DeBoer, who's been at every one of these events, worked out with Tommy Hug, and Brant is better looking than Tommy. So, Tommy, sorry about that, buddy. You know, I know that you're a supermodel, but it looks like Brant might be better looking than you. And an Orange County boy. Provided all the hats for the PLDA. 3D Puff. We have them on sale right now for $6 million a hat. We only have 3 left, almost sold out. Good ball from Brant right down the middle. Little cut, Johnny. Let's zoom in on this dude right here. Rookie. So everybody that's watching, you know, and you get to go up against some of the best in the world. This guy just steps up first set and goes 386 and wins the set against Justin James, the 2017 world champ. So Ryan Riesbach, former number 1 there.
Riesbach's been hitting very, very low trajectory balls here. I talked to him before the set here, and he had cranked up all his drivers a degree or 2 degrees on every single one trying to get the ball in the air, and he's actually hitting it lower.
So we're getting the answer. Where are we? Oh, you want to give him the intro? Ladies and gentlemen, we're live in Newton Grove, North Carolina at the One Stop Power Shop. 32 of the longest hitters in the United States, not the world, because the world can't come to the United States right now, is battling for $400 trillion. And a chance to win
an amazing timepiece from Rockwell.
Yes. All right, so right now, Numbers today, fastest ball speeds were Justin James and Kyle Berkshire, right in the 223, 224 range. Kyle Berkshire hit the longest ball of the round of 32 at 420 yards. Josh Koch went 419. Several guys here today that are sniffing right around the 220 mile per hour ball speed mark, and it's a good round of 16 guys here. Really good.
Just hit an absolute missile, mid trajectory, no spin. That ball hopped at least 6 times before it started getting on the ground consistently. That's going to be a big number, even though he's downwind. A lot of rolling the grid to be had.
Tell the stripper low from South Bend. Now coming to the main stage, the 2019 World Champion from Crofton, Maryland, Kyle Berkshire.
He's got amazing hair, Bob.
Oh, God, he's got great hair. He's got the best hair in the business. I mean, Troy Mullins has the best hair in the business, but she's not currently here right now, so she can't defend herself. But Press Labrie, my partner, event number 3 team champion Press Labrie, and this guy right here.
He was hitting bombs with you that day,
This guy right
Bob.
here, I won the championship. I'm a legend.
Just hitting
I'm a legend. I retired. I retired after that. So I threw all my golf clubs in the garage and called it a day. So Brazil, hello. Mr. Mooney, hello in New Zealand. What time is it in New Zealand right now anyways? It's got to be like 2 or 3 in the morning. All right, so another rookie, Brandon Flynn.
Great
Stud.
swing, Brandon Flynn.
Great
Very
swing.
consistent today. Great ball flight.
All right, so most of these guys are hitting anywhere between 47.5 to 48, right at 48 inches. The USGA conforming. All of these drivers have been CT tested to make sure that they are compliant to the USGA rules.
But the clothes don't have to be USGA
The
conforming.
clothes don't have to be USGA
Berkshire,
conforming.
we had his classic white pants today. That's guaranteed 15 extra miles an hour swing speed and ball speed.
Absolutely.
And then we have Mr. Dwight Ritter on the right side, who is sponsored today by Nike Basketball.
Yes, he
who's,
is. He's
sporting
got
the
his, look at
basketball
those
shorts.
J's on right
Yeah,
there.
look at
That
those
guy's
things.
stud. Look at
Solid.
those. Look at
You know,
those.
Comfort is speed, Bob. Comfort is speed.
He can jump high and he can swing hard. He can jump high and swing hard. The most used heads right now, you got Crank, Callaway. Those are the ones that are predominant today. You got a lot of the guys using the F11s and the Epic Flashes from Callaway. Lance Reeder. We want to thank you, Lance Reeder. Look at this. Look at this. Crank donated the pizzas and the barbecue today.
Amazing barbecue today.
Amazing barbecue. The
Had
T-Claw.
Almost a 100-pound pig that they roasted for us all today. Amazing. And then Grandma was here cooking with her secret barbecue sauce and made some amazing desserts, who she calls Grandma's dessert. She wouldn't tell us what was in it other than pineapple and nuts, but it was pretty fantastic.
All right, so we got Brandon Flynn in slot 2, Kyle
Press
Berkshire in
Labrie
slot.
Hitting high
Berkshire
absolute
just hit one
missiles
about
right now with the blue balls.
750 miles in the air. That was a good ball, though.
Labrie loving the blue ball spot.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with blue balls in slot 3. Nothing wrong with blue balls in slot 3. Most used head and shaft on tour. But like I said, we got Callaway and Lance Reeder at Crank Golf with 22 World Championships. Lance is a living legend. Big ball Press Labrie,
well
about
for the
207
refreshments. Everybody's
feet in
been
the air.
hydrated today with plenty of Gatorades, waters, and adult sodas from Tornado Tea. So thank you, John Hartline.
Miss Kelly's entered the chat room, rooting on her brother.
A Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly.
All right.
There she is.
One of the biggest supporters of Long Drive. Shows up to watch her brother ever since day one.
Nicole Hage has entered the chat room. LPGA legend as well. My favorite LPGA player of all time. Until someone else comes on, Nicole, I have to give them props as well. So, but yeah, Kyle Berkshire today with 224 mile per hour ball speed, 420 yards, the longest ball of the day. And like I said, probably the best teammate I've ever had besides you, Trevor. Press Labrie, an absolute legend, a champion in Pro Long Drive Tour team event. And his teammate, wherever he is, oh, it's me. We won the team event. We won so much money, too. I spent all of it.
Well, I don't know if you've been watching, but Brandon's filling it up right now.
All right,
it's kind of hard to see. We don't have the numbers kicking back quite yet. Hopefully we can take care of that for the later rounds here. But
is the video not working? Is the video not working? TrackMan's not working. What about us? Can they see us? Can they see us on YouTube? Kyle Berkshire. Ooh,
Press just got a hold
Labrie.
of this one. This was more like a Jesse Pedersen flight right here from 2007 finals against Steve Monroe. Started about 15 yards outside the grid. Nice high draw. That thing is going to run downwind.
You said Jesse Pedersen, the slinger, but that was about 80 feet higher or 100 feet higher than Jesse Pedersen's slinger. That was about 208 feet in the air.
It went 95 yards out of bound. It come back inbound.
I tell you something about the ball that he just hit. He hit it 95 yards out of bound. He bring it back inbound. He's
was wicked
it 7-11 right down the middle every time. All right, so we're going to be back for the finals. Just wanted to get everybody in the first set of guys. So final 16 is through the first group of hitters. And some numbers. I'll just make sure hit one.
386 on LeBree's last ball there.
But all right,
got an 84.
We'll be back in probably an hour and a half for the finals, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. We will talk to you later.
404 at Berkshire.
Huh? What was that? That's Nick Vorbeck? Yeah. All right, remember, hot mics. These are hot mics. Hello. I got to get this Nick Vorbeck kid in slot number 4. When he's in slot 4, I got to get videos of him. All right, we're waiting for updates here. We can't see any of your comments right now on YouTube. Robbie's got 73 jobs to do right now.
Gentry's still grooving.
Here we go. All right.
He just had his lunch. Had
best color commentator in the sport of lawn drive, John Hartline. John Hartline, you have the best tees ever invented in the history of golf. So you're welcome for that. And also, thank you so much for the refreshments. Every single drink that these players are drinking today, thanks to John Hartline from Tornado Tea.
Thank you, John Hartline, for being the water boy.
I've already had 73 waters.
It was high-quality H2O.
And 9 Monster Energy drinks, thanks to John Hartline. So thank you for that. Bry Roberts has entered the chat room on Professional Long Drivers Association on YouTube. And we got Patterson Kinetics, one of the sponsors. Jason Oradesky, Mr. Patterson. We got Rockwell Watches.
Quite the timepiece the winner's going to get out of this.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We can say it's diamond encrusted with 24 karat gold. The weight's what, 7 pounds?
At least 7 pounds, about 69 millimeters. It's a huge watch.
Hopefully they'll be able to check it in, or it won't be a carry-on item.
Yeah, it's going to have to be stowed away, Bob.
Well. If anybody's watching, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Someone just say yes or no. We're just waiting.
Last text. I hear it in my headphones, Rob.
There's no snare in my headphones.
That's what it is. For those of you listening, if you hear the really loud beep in the background, that is the TrackMan. We apologize for the loudness of the beep.
They can't hear it.
Yes, they can.
They can? Oh, okay.
That is a timer.
No, it's in the headphones. I have the same interface. It does that. Brian Kelly with a 374 confirmed in slot 4.
All right, I will be back. We will be back right after this. Trevor, start interviewing people, I guess. You want to be interviewed? No? Yes? Okay, perfect. I'm going to go shoot some video from the side. Press Labrie.
Pleasure having you. We'll see you in a little bit.
We'll see you in about 7 minutes.
All right. Michael Knox, slot 1. Joshua Koch, slot 2. Damon Dooley, slot 3. Press Labrie, slot 4. Michael's been out of the sport for a few years. I think it's been 3 or 4 years, and came back swinging today and looked great on the range. He's about he's right around 146, 148 mile an hour swing speed, so not bad for being off for a while. Joshua Koch, who was the winner of the first PLDA event, looking to have another one today, has been super consistent. But Labrie is starting to feel it more and more. Hitting the high draw. The wind has been in and out. It is down, but it's been gusty anywhere between 2 and 10. So you catch the right ball, hit it high. Koch up the left side, perfect ball flight. Labrie up the right side, gonna hook to the center. Both of these balls are gonna end up pretty big. It's been fun watching these two all day. It's been an absolute hitting display. .395 for Labrie, big ball there. Knox and Koch putting up ball speeds right around 205. Spin rates just under 2,000, 1906.
Oh, there we go.
Really good spin rates here.
Let's bring this to the middle. Can we bring it to the middle? Macho Man, we're back. I just needed to get one slow motion video of Press Labrie, the best teammate in the history of golf, for me
okay.
at least.
Did you grab some animal crackers while you were up?
We did.
Good.
Me and Trevor ended up buying animal crackers. We were living together in 2011 in Dallas, and we ended up buying in like an industrial size carton of graham crackers that still would have fed a small village.
Crackers, Bob.
Animal crackers are delicious.
Well, we ran out.
Press Labrie with a bomb.
This had a chance of being 4 bills. After watching his 390 ball, that's got 4 bill potential. And the wind picked up on that ball. There was about an 8 mile an hour gust right there. I think he caught it just in perfect time.
Let's take an over under. I'm going to say that Press Labrie just hit that ball farther than Josh Koch.
It's going to be tough. I bet Labrie goes 404.
400. 411.
411.
411. Press
The
Labrie.
price is right. I was still in, but that's a big ball to end on there. Ball number 6. That ball was Scottish. It was kilt.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Can they hear us, Robbie? We're not getting any comments back. Yeah, no one's on. We got. How many people are on right now?
As long as the video's up to date, then it's good.
We're good. So that means there's 34 people on right now. All
Big
right.
hello to all the Long Drive fans out there that couldn't be here in Newton Grove, North Carolina with us today. You're missing out on a great day, beautiful day, 70 degrees, downwind, little overcast, not too hot.
Barometric pressure's got to be in the low thousands.
Oh, it's got to be.
It's got to be. I mean, humidity's at what, 4?
Oh, it's got to be. I'd say 4.5 maybe.
Yep. Humidity of 4.5 out of 100%.
Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Got Scott Perriman here in slot 1, 2-time amateur world champion, 2019 world champion Kyle Berkshire, a champion in everybody's heart and mind, and he thinks we're talking about him. Brant DeBoer. Rob thought we were going to mention him. We didn't mention Rob. Then we got Rob Dietmeyer. I'm going to coach Rob here. I'm going to coach Rob after every shot.
Rob looks like a 6'4" leprechaun today.
He is looking good.
Just looking for that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yes, he is. I like how he's got his glove out of his right pocket. And I wonder if he does that to try to balance his equilibrium in his backswing.
Robbie, 2 gloves.
Dietmeyer's just a stud. You know what that grip he has on right now? That was put on by Curtis Kelly at 5-Star Custom Golf.
Down in West Palm Beach.
The OG, Curtis Kelly. He's 49 years old, and he's been doing it for 63 years. Just ask him. Tietmeyer with a bullet right down the middle, about 134 feet in the air, landing now. The blue ball released, bounced about 17 feet in the air maybe, and just kept rolling. I like that one. I'm going to say it's a big number down the right side. All right, you got Berkshire in slot 2.
You know, I asked Berkshire if he was in a cooking contest with any one of these competitors here today, what would be the thing he would make that would dominate all? And his reply to me was a protein cheesecake. I thought that was really random.
Huh.
Protein cheesecake. I don't think I've ever had a protein cheesecake.
You could just go to GNC and just start throwing a bunch of stuff into a cheesecake, I guess.
I wouldn't have thought Kyle would be a sweets guy, and he said he likes sprinkles on his ice cream too.
Well, who doesn't like sprinkles on their ice cream? I know
Sprinkles
that he's
are for
big.
winners.
He's a big maple syrup guy, with no calories. I mean, the one thing about Kyle here at the One Stop Power Shop is that he has put in more laps than Dale Earnhardt, at Talladega, laps around walks. That's what he does here.
Yep. Got to keep that heart rate up. He actually pays attention to his heart rate before he goes up to compete for his set.
If anybody want to ask any questions, you can. I have no idea if you guys can hear us or not. So they just someone write something, just so we know that you guys can actually hear us. Get 35 guys on right now. We got to update them like who won the sets. We kind of might help, or we could just make it up, one or the other.
Tietmeyer got some very flat ball flight today. Doesn't look like it's spinning at all, though.
There you go.
He can just
we can hear us?
up.
Oh, there we go. It stopped updating on this one. That's why. Here we go. Yes. Lance Reeder is entered the chat room. As we said, Lance with a brand new F11. The head is phenomenal. I hit it a couple weeks ago, and I ended up hitting my farthest drive in my entire life. I hit it 515 yards. And guess what? You were there when I hit it 514. Where were we?
We were at Gray Walls up
Marquette,
in
Michigan.
UP, Michigan.
Marquette, Michigan. I hit that. I hit my longest drive with the crank driver as well. I was using the old Rage, the Rage Blackhead. So, yeah, I went 515 yards. Granted, I put the altitude up to 30,000 feet. I'm talking too loud? Well, then turn the mic down. Turn it down. Oh, no, we're good. I'll just. Where's Landon right now? Landon is coming up here in a little bit. So. We need to keg. Dustin Merrill's entered the chat room. Look at this guy. God, Dustin Merrill.
Demerrilizers here. A keg of PBR, Justin.
Debbie Consavage has entered the chat room. Am I good now? Is my mic good? Okay, all right. We're too close to each other? Okay, let me get farther away. So we're learning as we go here.
Bob's actually sitting on my lap, so apologies if our mics are touching.
Trevor, I can tell you right now, you'd be a heck of a Santa Claus for these kids.
Well,
so.
I do aim to please, Bob.
You want to see? They want to see the pictures of us. You're Debbie Consavage. Dick DeBoer, hello. Can you please update what round we're in? We're in the second round, and we are waiting on the updates. And just to be politically correct, everybody's a winner here today. So everybody's in first place.
Round 2, Group 4 here. Brandon Flynn, slot 1. Justin James, slot 2. Your 2018. I'm sorry. What year did Justin?
Justin won in 2017.
17 for Justin
James. I let him win.
Reeves back in slot 3, and Aaron the Man Eater Mansfield in slot 4.
We're waiting on the results. We'll get you the results here soon. So Scotty Beerman ended up winning the set there at 390 yards.
Ryan Riesbeck, big Dr. Pepper fan, this guy. Says he gains a lot of his speed, has about 3 of those a day.
Now, if he doesn't ever win a world championship in long drive, by golly, he'll win a world championship in chugging Dr. Peppers. So
Ryan's longest ball in competition, 485 yards at the Denver Shootout, part of the 480 Club.
Yep.
For those of you unaware of yardage comparisons, 440 yards is a quarter mile. Riesbeck with big ball here, draw down the left center. That'll ride the wind.
I like Brandon Flynn's ball flight. It's money. and Justin James. Like I said, those guys, Justin was living in the low 220s already this morning. And, you know, a lot of these guys don't really have to go full throttle either in the round of 32. I mean, now they got to start stepping on it. We got a really good, you know, round of 16 hitters right now. And like I said, a couple guys that are new to the game. So, all right, let's get an update here. Right now, Josh Koch is sitting at 300 points in first place. Brian Kelly is in first with 300 points. Presselbury, Justin James, Rob Tietmeyer, Brandon Flynn, and Landon Gentry right now are sitting. Gentry's only had, well, he's had 2 sets right now. Scott Beerman at 250. So we'll give this update after this next set, but it's kind of jumbled up here. But right now we have Josh Koch, Brian Kelly, Presselbury, Justin James, Rob Tietmeyer, Brandon Flynn, Kyle Berkshire, and Scott Beerman in the top 8. So top 8 advance to the quarterfinals. Then there'll be heads-up matches, one guy on a tee, and they'll do alternate shot for YouTube. And then one man will be left standing. We are in round 3 right now. This is the start of round 3.
That stays in. That's 5 out of 5
set
for Reeves
number
back
3.
in the grid here. Gonna be close. Maneater just getting after one. Aaron Mansfield, Pittsburgh native, Cannonsburg, PA. Former LDA Tour champion. Putting up
I like
some
how
good
you have
numbers.
notes here, Trev. You came prepared. You came very, very prepared.
Also an amateur guitarist, amateur pianist, and amateur finger painter.
Big ball from Ryan Reeves back down the right side. This one's hugging the line. This one's going to be a big ball. Big ball. This is going to come back in the 500s. See, I knew he'd crack a smile from him. We got him. We got him. You know, last ball. We know he does. What was that? 77. 95, yeah. Ryan Reeves back with 395 yards. I'm like, there ain't no way that ball went 377
Great set
yards.
for
That ball
Reeves
was
back.
ripped. That's a good one.
Filling it up. You know, the 60-yard wide grid definitely helps today. Downwind, this just makes it for a fun day. You can grip and rip, and
all right,
it's
so
crazy, less pressure.
Don't turn the mic down, Lance said. It's a bit quiet now. Okay. All right. All right, so we're waiting on, as I said, we got some results, but Dustin Merrill, the fact that Dustin Merrill's on here right now just puts a giant smile on my face. We need results of each set. Bri Roberts, we're working on it, you know? I mean, if you could see how many electronics are around us, we got more damn electronics in a KISS concert. Name the movie. Whoever names a movie wins a bottle of water, but you have to come to Newton Grove, North Carolina in order to pick it up.
Yeah, and that water is courtesy of John Hartline at Tornado Tea today, so.
What a transition right there. It's like we've done this before. You know, it's not like we've been on 10-hour road trips, you know, eating beef jerky and sunflower seeds and Sprites. Dick DeBoer, you're in round 2, so is this all still qualifying for the top 16? We are in the round of 16. Top 8 get into the quarterfinals. All right, I'm going to go shoot some more content because we got Brandon Flynn here in slot 4. We're going to go 2x slow-mo, and then he's going to go on Instagram on long drivers, long dot drivers, and pro long drive. Roll Tide.
All right, Tietmeyer starting off big ball here. Up the right center, as well as Josh Koch. Those two should come back. I'd say 70 plus there on Tietmeyer's, and 376 for Koch. Rob hitting that power cut today. He's been hitting it pretty consistently. Koch, nicknamed the Ladder Man for his amazing gluteus maximus. We saw Josh just doing a couple of ladder sprints about an hour ago up the side of the one-stop power shop here. 382 for Brandon Flynn up the right side. Good ball there. Tietmeyer here. Got a little quick on that one. As I mentioned earlier, Koch been averaging right about 147.5 miles an hour of swing speed today. Tietmeyer filling up another one up the right center with a cut. Brandon Flynn let that one rip. Definitely see some speed today. This being the biggest event of the year, event number 4, 32 competitors down to the top 16 right now. 396 for Brandon Flynn now is just upgraded. Flynn just went 96, Bob.
That's awesome. That's so funny.
All right, everybody down to their final ball here. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Ooh, Koch hits that well, but just well left, unfortunately.
That is hilarious. That is so funny. Well, we're doing a live. Me and Trevor doing a live here.
I think this one might be between Koch and Brandon Flynn.
No, it's so funny.
Flynn, I think, I believe, is at 396.
That's great. We're at One Stop Hour Shop, man. We're at the event.
Everybody chomping at the bit today to let it rip downwind.
Well, we'll go live here. We're on YouTube. Yeah. Well, yeah, the national championships are next month.
All right, next set here. Well, in slot number 1, we're going to have Aaron the Man-Eater Mansfield. Slot 2, Damon Dooley. Slot 3, your 2019 world champion, Kyle Berkshire. And in slot 4, Nick Vorbeck. Nick been swinging great all day. Another baseball guy. A lot of these guys here, former college and professional baseball players. One all the way from Australia competing today.
Hit it in the hole? Hit all in one? Good. How'd it feel? How did it feel? All right. I'm curious. I'd like to get your positive or your feedback. I gotta shoot this kid. This kid's hitting right now.
Berkshire about to get ice cold with the blue balls here. Slot 3's been hot today. And what a start right there for Berkshire. Dead center, baby draw. That's going to be a big number. That'll be 80 plus. Oh, best ball flight I've seen from Kyle this top 16. Ladies and gentlemen, they serve meals on that flight. Berkshire at 401. Mansfield looking to step on one here. From Cannonsburg, PA, home of Saris Candies, the best chocolate in the world. Aaron gets geared up by having 2 or 3 of those chocolate bars every event. Berkshire is lighting it up right now. You know, it's one thing to be on the tee box competing with the likes of some of these competitors, but you're on the tee box with the 2019 world champion. There's another sense of getting after it. And swings tend to get a little haphazard, but every once in a while, you get that one squared up. Berkshire at 409 here, just up and up the yardage. Mansfield launching the ball much higher than Berkshire. Berkshire hitting more of a mid-trajectory bullet draw. Mansfield hitting a very, very high cut, letting it ride the wind in the jet stream. Oh, another one by Berkshire here. Should be over 400. Stays in the left side here. Great set here by Berkshire. At least 5 out of 6 in the grid here, I think. .409 is Berkshire's longest for the set. I think that's going to take the set.
Go back. I got you. This double slow motion video from the side it's going to get like 7 trillion views. I got every hitter so far from that side, and it's nice.
2 big baseball guys in the 3 and 4 slot here. Your 2017 world champion Justin James and Michael Knox. You're going to see some speed here.
And a couple bro ball players there.
Justin in the ice cold blue ball spot here. You know, Justin told me that he's won 2 of these in a row now, and he has worn the same pair of underwear all 3 events.
Yeah,
he's looking to make it 3 in a row.
He's a baseball player. Superstition.
Yep.
Superstitious. This is actually a pretty good view from here.
James with a rifle here. Baby cut up the middle.
Great ball. Little mid ball cut. Little
Yep.
5-yard
He started
cutter
off
right
the
there.
day 4 or 5 out of 6 in the grid every single time. Was very consistent. His cruising speed is usually enough to win rounds and get through rounds. Kind of save some juice for the finals.
And when we say cruising speed, like top 5 in the world fastest, like at cruising speed,
Yeah,
by the way.
it's 100% true.
4:14?
4:10 for Justin James there.
He must have hit a little thin there, Trev.
Yeah,
You
caught
know?
it off the bottom there, Bob.
Yeah. That was a bunt.
Dwight Ritter
Yeah,
filling it
JJ
up here.
with that good
high
ball flight. The
there.
one good thing about Justin, especially the last 2 events that I've seen, is being able to make adjustments mid-round.
Oof.
So this one's a little bit higher of a draw, so he went with a mid-cut first ball. Now
If this
one's a
stays
high
in,
draw.
this is going to be enormous.
So
Flirting with that left edge.
So something that I'm really impressed with Justin is his ability to make adjustments.
DeBoer with a bomb there.
Ooh.
Knox with an 3-8-0 coming back. Justin filling it up still. He's picking off these edges. I don't know if the edges are hot, but he is hitting both sides of them, keeping them in.
Looks like JJ is hitting the F10, the extreme head right now. So, and he's using a House of Ford shaft as well. You got Brant DeBoer with an epic flash. And the Patterson. I'm guessing he's using the LD30 Plus along with Dwight Ritter, hitting the same setup. Actually, Riddle's hitting the XR16 from Callaway with the Patterson LD30 Plus. And then you got Michael Knox in slot 4. Ooh, with a little penetrating ball flight right there.
Yeah, that ball's not spinning. That's going to run. Wind just
It got
picked
a
up.
big
He got a
bounce,
gust,
too.
too. Big
Bounce.
gust.
And the thing that I've seen today is actually, you know, when it's downwind, hit it really high, but the mid to low ball is working today. Justin James with the hardest
Best
ball
of
of
the
the
day for
That's
Justin
the
right
best
here.
ball of
This
the
is
day.
absolutely
Let's see if we're calling it
obliterated.
right now. I'm going to say that's the farthest ball of the day. That
I'm
ball
gonna
had
say
about
that's gonna
1 inch
be
of draw
414.
right down the middle,
I'm gonna
probably
call 414.
170 feet in the air. No, like that ball had no spin. That ball was ripped. It really comes down to I'm going to say that's going to be in the 20s, 420. Unless it hit a really
420's
soft.
longest ball of the day so far, Berkshire.
Berkshire at 420. That ball didn't move.
Oh, you got it at 410.
410? Well, he hit
I
it
overshot
410
it.
high and he hit it 410 low. So, you know, that pretty much tells you, if the guys are watching, that you could practically, as they say, hit your ball, you just hit your ball. Because
Ball
Justin
speeds
just
around
hit 2 balls that
219,
were
220.
completely different ball flights. One was low cut, and the other one was about 30, 40 feet higher and with a 1 yard of draw, or 1 inch of draw. That thing was on a string.
Pressley in number 1, Ryan Reeves back in 2, Gentry in 3,
Scotty Beerman,
and Scotty Beerman in 4.
2-time amateur lawn drive world champion, He's a low 210 guy too. Hits the ball really well. You got Landon Gentry, who's the man of the ground and pound, gets the ball on the ground, and that ball rolls for days. JJ at 410
will win the group there for Justin James.
Scotty Beerman with a good ball to start off the set. You know, I mean, he said amateur. He's got a lot of experience in the tee box, so he's not an amateur. Kid's a stud. 380. That's a good start. It's a number to put up right now.
Always a good ball.
It's kind of thrown me off here a little bit because you got Justin that just hit two completely separate ball flights. One that was a mid to low ball cut, and then the other one was a high, tight little draw.
Beerman's best ball so far. High launch, draw. A 380 again, just peppering that number.
What ball would you want to hit here, Trev, if you had to pick a ball flight?
I love the mid-trajectory, no spin draw. I think the slinger draw in mid-trajectory has been getting the best results today.
Well,
I've seen some high balls. Pressley has put up some big numbers by hitting it, just gargantuan high shots, but I have to agree with you. The mid-trajectory is better today. Some OGs on the tee here. Riesback's been around a long time. Gentry. Riesback's actually a karaoke singer in his off time. His go-to song is "I've Got Friends in Low Places" by Garth Brooks. He's a big Garth fan out there in Utah.
You know, also is a good karaoke singer is Mike Michaelides, MFM Lides. Yeah.
Riesback got to get a good number here. 81. Beerman just peppering 380, 381 every ball. And Riesback's filling it up right now with this low draw.
And when we say low, that was about 150 feet in the air.
Low for long drive.
Low for long drive.
Gentry, huge ball here in the blue ball number 3 spot.
Press Labrie in slot number 1 said the greatest teammate I've ever had in long drive. I've had some pretty good teammates in professional baseball, but in long drive. All right, so let's look at that ball that Beerman just hit. He just hit that ball probably about 180 feet in the air.
At least.
Draw. That's the ball that he needed to hit because now the wind is coming down and off the right shoulder.
Is it going left?
So, yeah, it's going out left.
Flags are going that way.
Well, look at the flag. The flag tells it all. Scott Beerman, there was high ball draw. Started it down the right side. What did he put up? 406.
406,
all right,
Scott
so
Beerman.
Mr. Beerman hit the balls that he hit 380. His ball flight was significantly lower, and that one he hit a high draw. So right now, a high cut probably wouldn't be as beneficial. So slot 4 is going to be a huge advantage for a guy that can hit a high draw. So now it's coming down to some strategy.
I think it's going to work for Berkshire on slot number 4, coming from the right side of the tee box.
If he hits a high draw, he's
hitting a high draw. I think we're going to see if he connects on a few here.
We're going to go get some 2X slow-mo of Kyle Berkshire. Slot 4.
My co-anchor is very intermittent today, and I love him to pieces. Now we got Riesback in slot 1, Brian Kelly in 2, Michael Knox in 3, and Berkshire in 4. This is going to be a big group here. But again, I think Berkshire's got the advantage here being in slot 4, wind blowing kind of 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock, and he's hitting a high draw right now, so he's got the better angle of the other 4 guys here. And Riesback might struggle a little bit being in his first slot. He's hitting more of a slinger draw, which means he's got to aim more right, hit into that breeze just a little bit. But a good start for him. Knox as well down the middle. Berkshire here just dead straight. wind pushing just a little bit. This ball should be every bit of 4 bills. Knox starting off with 385. 409 for Berkshire. Big first ball here. Say that's a confidence builder, ladies and gentlemen, when you go 405 on your first ball. And you got 5 more in the tank to just grip it and rip it. All 4 competitors playing Patterson shaft with Callaway Epic Flash drivers. Again, for those of you joining us late, all equipment is USGA conforming, both length and CT. All club heads have been inspected and tested for CT. So these guys, had they ever be good enough to make the PGA Tour, could take these drivers along with them. Bryson D Shambo, as I'm sure a lot of you have heard, looking to experiment with some 48-inch shafts for the Masters. Berkshire looking free and clear here, just literally giving everything he's got. He knows he's got all the room in the world at this point. I think he's still leading right now. Got 2 balls left. Reeves back low, hook and ball flight. If he can get some tumble over here. Very, very generous grid today, 60 yards wide. Very level. Knox, big ball here. High with a baby cut. Very similar ball flight to which he went out in Mesquite, Nevada at the Old World Championship grid. 392, Michael Knox, big ball here. Reeves back finishing up with his last ball. That'll be in the left side, slinger draw. Hit pretty well. Took a bad kick, though. Boy, he hit that well. Deserved better than that. I think Berkshire's going to take this group. Last ball for Berkshire at 400. Kid's putting on a clinic, keeping everything 4+ today. 409 his longest. That took the group. Knox in the 390 is going to take second there.
Berkshire at around 409 yards.
Talked to Mansfield earlier about his favorite go-to karaoke song, and his response just kind of laughed. He said, "The mute button on my voice." Not much of a karaoke guy, the man-eater. Not only are they talented athletes, ladies and gentlemen, they all have their extracurriculars, their softer sides. Mansfield, big ball starting off here, number 1. Left side, high launch. Got Dwight Ritter on slot 1, Mansfield in 2, Beerman in 3, and Koch in 4. Aaron filling it up now. Seems to have found it. Beerman's filling it right now. These last 2 sets, he has really been bringing it. High launch, little draw, letting it ride the wind. You hear the commentary behind me. Blue balls are hard to hear. 391 for Beerman here. He's letting it rip. He's not holding anything back. Last game of the season. Can't hold anything back now. Josh with the Latterman Koch. Just putting on his clinic. Solidly hit. High fade. Slot number 4 there. The man-eater. 89 on Koch's last ball, and Beerman with another missile down the middle. Kid ate his Wheaties this morning. Actually, I'm told he's more of a Cookie Crisp guy. 89 for Koch. 392, bested it by his best by 1 right now. Mansfield's still filling it up here. Sorry, I don't have any numbers on the left side. Hard to hear the radios. Dwight Ritter down to his last ball. Slot 1 here. Oh, just putting on a display right now. Scotty Beerman. I think that's 5 out of 6 in the grid for Beerman. He's sitting at 391. See if he beats his 391 here. Okay, looks like 396. It's amazing what it does for the adrenaline when you're not only hitting the grid every single time, but you're throwing everything you have into it and still hitting it pure. There's no better feeling in the world.
It's better than eating an ice cream sandwich on a Sunday, or a bananas Foster, or what's on Sunday, a split, or isn't there something
Banana
with
split?
No, what's there's like a Sunday, a hot fudge Sunday?
Hot fudge Sunday?
It's better than a hot fudge Sunday and a Sunday. We're back. Dude, these
Dynamite
videos are
drop
awesome.
in, Bob.
I'm back. I'm just gonna keep coming in and out of
He's
here.
a little distracted. He's being sponsored by Royalty Sports.
Yeah.
And has some other duties that he must attend to, all while running the Long Drivers page on Instagram.
Yep. We're getting locked in now. I got a really good video of Berkshire.
Whereas I'm getting paid full rate today to do the announcing. Bob's only getting a quarter of the rate.
This video is awesome of Berkshire. It's at 409 yards in his set.
All right, we got Dooley in 1, DeBoer in 2, Brandon Flynn in 3, and Gentry in 4. Biscuits and gravy on slot number 4 here. Landon Gentry hitting his high draws. He's definitely got the advantage here, being on the far right side with that 11
Brandon
o'clock
Flynn, 407.
down grid wind. But Dooley put up a good ball here.
Yep.
That was really high. No spin, still running. Huge hops.
These
Really
are just
hasn't
good
been too
hitters.
many-
I mean, these guys that are showing up. I said Brant DeBoer, he came out here, 3 months ago. We were in a practice session at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and Brant could barely put the club or the ball on the tee. He was so nervous. And now here he is hitting against, some of the best hitters. We'll say they are the best hitters in the world. Granted, we don't have our brothers from over in Europe, what have you, and there's some good hitters over in New Zealand and Australia as well, South Korea, Japan, but there's some really, really good hitters here, newer guys. Brant DeBoer being a rookie, but he hit the farthest ball in the first couple sets today. He was the first guy to go 400. Big high ball cut right down the middle of the fairway from Brant.
Brandon Flynn just looks so smooth.
Yep.
It's effortless power. Just like those pitchers in MLB, Bob, and you were one of them. You know a lot of guys that were them. It just looks like they're exerting no effort, and there's 100 miles an hour on your hands.
Yeah.
And then you
Just
have the opposite
smooth and
end.
fast.
Exactly, smooth and fast. And you see plenty of the other side of the spectrum too.
As we would say, late life in pro ball. The guy's got late life. Doesn't look like it's coming very fast, and it gets on you quick, and then it hits you like a ton of bricks. Thank God I didn't have to hit against 100 miles per hour. The fastest I saw was 97. The kid's name was Juan Brito. I was in Double-A Altoona for the Pirates, and he was a lefty for the Phillies in Reading, which was awesome. But yeah, he jammed me, and my hands are probably still ringing from 2004. Just jammed the piss out of me. It's awesome. Hit a 76 hopper back to him. He threw me out. I kind of walked to first base, though.
Didn't know you as much of a runner anyway, Bob.
You know what? I actually had some wheels. I ran the 40 in 9 seconds. 9-second 40. Is that fast? We're starting to see some 400s. Not seeing it. We're starting to see it
I
consistently.
think that was a 395 I just heard for Brandon Flynn. Was that right?
I heard a 4.0. I heard a 4s.
Gentry with a 409.
Like I said, this works out great for Gentry because he slings it.
So,
He gets the ball on the ground.
Actually,
the
I may
ground's
mention
running.
that right before you got back, that he had the advantage being in slot number 4, coming from the right side. Downwind, 11 o'clock wind.
Yep.
Same thing with Berkshire. Like that's the spot today.
Yeah, slot 4 right now is definitely
Reeves back
definitely
was
the
struggling
slot.
a little bit in that,
So,
that first
and-
slot.
and
He's hitting the same ball flight.
I won't be able to announce this set because I will be shooting in 2x slow-mo and 2x regular mode for Justin James.
I
But
love how he
Justin's
says this
gonna
stuff
make
to
the
me, and I
adjustment
have
to hit
no
a high
idea what he's
draw.
talking about.
We might see a 420 right here.
Justin James in slot number 4, Vorbic in 3, Presselbury in 2, and Tietmeyer in number 1. Presselbury with the French name, and I don't believe he's actually French. Okay. Looks like Beerman's got the number 1 outright spot with the most points so far. He has won 3 out of 4 rounds here. James tied for second with Berkshire. Then we got the 5th place spot is Josh Koch. We're going to see some nuggets in this group. You know, Justin having the luxury of the speed that he generates when he wants to dial it back and kind of cruise, he can occasionally get a little lazy, which was kind of that first swing. It was almost like he was trying to place one on the grid and ended up leaving the face open. Vorbic's very impressive today. Another one down the middle with baby draw. Haven't really had time to see this gentleman compete very much, but he's definitely putting on a display today. I foresee him as a pick for the top 8 here. Another one, just filling it up. Very consistent hitter. Doesn't deviate from his swing. Press looks like he's rearing back a little more than he was earlier. 367 for James. And 375 for Vorbic here in slot 3, blue balls. Justin leaving the face open still a little bit. Just missing it. Now watch him press another one down the middle by Vorbic. I think that's 5 out of 5 for him. Just filling up the grid right now. Solid golf shots. Here we go. Justin Pepper on the left side, little baby cut. That should stay in nicely. He's with the wind there. 6 out of 6 here in the grid. Excellent set there by Nick Vorbic. Amazing set. Great set. .406 for Justin James. That one up the left. I think .406 is going to do it for him. The sad thing is he missed that .406. That was almost like a heel pull that stayed left. Joined by his dad just off the right side of slot 4, Jerry James, World Long Drive champion, father-son. You don't see that very often. His father, Jerry James, former Mr. California, and it was wrestled under the name Agent Orange in the WWF. And a lot of long drive history. All right, beginning around 5 here. Damon Dooley in 1, Dwight Ritter in 2, Reeves back in 3, Rob Tietmeyer in slot 4. This is the final round of the 16-man round robin in the final ending round to decide our final 8.
Back. You know you're good when you have a bad set and you still go 406. JJ.
Yeah, mishit that a little bit and still got away with 406.
Yeah.
Glad to have you back, Bob.
No, it's good to be back, Trev. You know, I got about 3,000 videos. That's going to last probably a year.
You know, if Bob and I ever get to do this permanently, I'm going to have to put a bell on his neck just to keep tabs on him. He's
yeah, kind of like a chastity belt or something like that.
He's like
just,
a cat on catnip, just running around and doing sprints up and down the tee box here with his phone.
But by golly, the
all
videos that I'm shooting
content
today
for
is
you
going to get
all.
about, it's going to get it probably about, I don't know, 100 million views. So it only benefits the sport.
I think you missed your calling as a cameraman, Bob.
I did. Well, I want to thank Apple iOS 11 Max with, what is this, got 9 cameras on it?
Yeah, it's at least 9.
Yeah, it's good.
You know, it's a good thing today that we are not on camera because you and I have faces for radio.
Ugh, we're surprised we haven't broke a radio.
Reeves back starting off with a big ball here. The blue ball, slot number 3. That one should stay in left side. Again, sorry for the beeping in the background. It's our TrackMans that are connected to our headsets. Riesbeck hitting the ball much higher this round than the prior rounds.
These guys can hear what we're saying on the inside, you know, so we're maybe giving them some pointers there. But I'll just use the cliche hit your ball type of deal. I mean, Landon Gentry's hitting a low slinger. Justin hit one set where he hit a cut that was probably 130 to 150 feet in the air, and then he hit a high ball that was a little bit of a draw, and it went the same distance. I do think we've come to the conclusion that slot number 4 is definitely a huge advantage. Rob Tietmeyer with a mid ball right down the middle with an absolutely huge bounce. Rob Tietmeyer's ball just bounced probably 20 feet in the air. And
358 for Tietmeyer there. 386 for Riesbeck.
That doesn't make any sense. That was too early of a call. Tietmeyer's ball didn't go 358. There's no way.
Yep, 386 confirmed for Riesbeck there. Tietmeyer blistered one here.
Tietmeyer, they came back with a 350. That had to have been the ball before that.
Riesbeck filling it up here.
Ryan's looking good.
Yeah, this is staying up the right edge line. That may or may not stay. If it stays, that's going to be a big number.
Now Ryan, the veteran that he is, made an adjustment first couple sets in the first round of 32 hitters. He was kind of guiding it like a pitcher, you know, just trying to, you know, be cute and hit spots instead of just throwing to his target. And
I think
not
he missed
only
that
that,
a little bit, but I think he might get away with that one.
I know it's not in your notes right there about Ryan Riesbeck, but he had 15 out of 24 balls in play in event number 3. We had a little, you know, fun with extracurriculars to win more money. Most balls put in play out of 24, longest set, and then the longest ball. And Ryan ended up hitting 15 out of 24, and even Tietmeyer went 15 out of 24 as well.
I think that's the closest association that long drive has to golf is the side action.
Yeah. It's not gambling, no. It's a game of skill. Ask
Game of
Ryan.
skill.
Tietmeyer with
They
389.
do play for jelly beans and other sorts of candy. Although I asked Tietmeyer, I asked him, I said, what would you rather do? Would you rather have a World Long Drive Championship title or an opportunity to play in the Masters? And I'm not talking practice round. I'm not talking the par 3 contest. You are a competitor in the Masters. And it was a pretty quick decision. And he says, definitely the Masters. And Berkshire answered the same. Kyle, one of the few guys that can actually play golf, scratch golfer, played collegiate golf, still has hopes and aspirations to play PGA Tour golf.
Look at Ryan with a 399 to take the set.
Ryan looked great there.
He looks
He had
good.
4 or 5 out of 6 there in the grid. They were all hit center face.
And the thing that you do see 800, you will see him in the finals. You will see Scotty Beerman, the 2-time amateur world champion, in the finals. You'll see Kyle Berkshire, Brandon Flynn, Josh Koch. Those guys are guaranteed to be in. And probably Ryan Reeves back now at 500. So 500 points with 8 hitters. Those guys are in. You got a lot of guys bottled up at the top. You got Landon Gentry, Brian Kelly, Rob Tietmeyer, Press Labrie, Aaron Mansfield, Mike Knox that have an outside chance of getting in. I said not even an outside chance. Some of those guys will get in. I mean, Gentry at 400 points right now with 2 sets to go. I think he has 2 more sets, right? Or has he got 1?
I think he's got 1.
1 more set? Okay.
Yep.
Because normally 450 is the bubble.
377 here on the end for Brian Kelly. 368 for Labrie is his longest right now.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Pretty sure that was Mansfield I heard at 379.
All right, so Ryan just finished up his 5th
Mansfield's
set.
hitting a pretty solid ball right now. Another good one by Mansfield.
So Tietmeyer's on the bubble right now at 375, but now that Brian Kelly just put a ball in play.
So many different swing types here today. You see all the way around. Mansfield got a very, very quick takeaway. It's almost as fast as his through swing, but he sets and goes. And you got your more tempoed swingers like your Ryan Reeves backs. Nice and slow back, sets the club, and then gets after it.
So Press Labrie has to win this set in order to make it to the finals. So this is a big set for Press.
Mansfield hitting a good ball here, but he's hitting into the cross downwind here. Up the right side of the grid, might be hurting him a little bit. Needs to keep that ball more on the left.
They say Press Labrie is on the bubble right now. He needs to win the set in order to make it to the final 8 or give himself at least a chance. He'd be at 500 points. Big ball, Press Labrie. Last ball, big high draw. This one's coming right down the middle of the fairway. This one's landing in 3, 2, 1. Bang.
That was a nuke.
The blue, it sounds crazy. The blue balls you can't see land. So we didn't see if it got a big bounce or not. The orange balls are a lot easier
392.
to see. 392 from Press Labrie. So Press has got to win this set in order to make it to the finals.
I think Press did it. I think the 92 might have sealed it.
So
I believe Mansfield was in the 70s.
Mansfield's in the 70s.
I think
so
Mansfield's
Mansfield's
in the 70s.
probably going to end up with 375. Mike Knox wins this set. He's going to make it to the final 8 based off of the numbers that I'm looking at right now. Ryan Reeves back is at 500. Press Labrie is at 500. And you have 5 guys at the top that haven't even hit yet. You got Justin James at 800 points, Scott Beerman at 650, Kyle Berkshire at 600, Brandon Flynn at 600. Those guys are guaranteed to be in at 600 points or more. Josh Koch, all he has to do is hit 1 ball and play. Landon Gentry can take 2nd right now, or a win gets him in. Brian Kelly was on the bubble too, so depending on who finished there.
398.
Press Labrie.
Press Labrie at
Press
398.
Labrie just got in on that last ball there at 398
That's going to make him to the final 8. Great
Big
ball
high
there.
draw. So
big ball by Labrie. Way to be clutch there on ball number 6.
we're going to get an update here in a second. Can you take a shot? So if Landon Gentry wins his set, he'll be in. If Michael Knox wins this set, he'll be at 475, right on the bubble. And like I said, 450 normally gets into a playoff or actually gets you in. We did have someone at 375 earlier today get into the round of 16. So this is a big set for Knox. You got Brandon Flynn here in slot number 2. Mr. Beerman that's already in the final 8, just hitting bombs right now. I like his ball flight. He's hitting a big high draw right now, Mr. Beerman. I mean, you can cut the tincture with a butter knife right now. Brandon Flynn, big high ball right down the middle of the fairway. These balls are about 200 feet in the air.
I wouldn't doubt that the yardages go a little lower. The wind has definitely died down. Not quite blowing what it was last group. Might see balls more in the 80s and 70s here as opposed to 90s.
And yeah, I'm impressed with you got Nick Vorbeck that coming in first event as a
Ooh.
rookie. There's a good ball right there. And you could just see a little bit, he pressed a little bit going up in some of those sets where he was over swinging. And right there, that was just nice controlled swing, flat ball flight, nice high ball.
374 there for.
So now something like this, he can build on it.
But Vorbeck's already in.
Vorbeck is out. He is
He's
out.
out?
He's at 175 points. All right, we have an updated list here.
Knox at 75 there.
So Brian Kelly wins this set. He is 100% in. He would have 625 points. You have Ryan.
This ball's
500's looking scary right now. I never thought I would say that, but it is.
Knox flirting with one here. He got it all, but it's up the right line. It's going to be close to the edge.
So it's going to be a logjam right here. If Mike Knox wins the set, he'll be at 475, but I don't think 475 is going to be good today.
6 ball, best ball. His ball 5 was 372, so it did stay in.
Brandon Flynn, big ball right down the middle of the fairway, big high ball.
Another one just looking so smooth today with the driver.
Have they called back? It's got to be in the 90s, 80, 90s. .389. We said 390. Close enough.
Yep.
We're off by a yard. Let's see if we have any comments here.
75.
All right, so Mike Knox is at 375, so he's gonna be eliminated. We got a lot of horsepower in this set. This is a big set because Landon Gentry has to at worst take. It looks like at worst he has to take a second place. He'd be right at 500. So Josh Koch hits one ball in play. Guarantees he's in. There's a logjam, like I said, at 500 points. If Landon Gentry takes second, or if Landon Gentry wins, he's automatically in. He takes second, there'll be 3 guys guaranteed tied at 500 points, would be Press Labrie and Ryan Reeves back. Josh Koch, all he has to do is hit one ball in. Just hit one ball in. Right now, 500 looks like the bubble, but the bubble would be a multi-player playoff, multi-hitter playoff. So
it's
Kyle
going to be an exciting set here, though.
Is in. Justin James is in. There's just too much horsepower on the tee box. I got to shoot some side action here. Trevor, it's all you, buddy.
Next time I'm bringing a leash for him. All right, big set here. Gentry in 1, Koch in 2, your 19 world champion, Berkshire in 3, and your 17 champion, Justin James in 4. Earlier rounds, Justin was playing more of a straight ball flight to a little draw. Now he's been hitting little baby cuts. 94, good start there for James. Koch playing the high cut as well. Kyle hit it solid. Just couldn't quite get the face closed there. Justin filling it up right now in slot number 4. Josh the Ladderman Koch here. Putting up some good numbers. 93, Justin James. Justin just hit this ball off the bottom of the face. It may have gone 85 feet in the air, and this ball, I bet, still makes it out to 360. Yeah, it was 360, just as I called, exactly on the number.
Koch has got a ball in. Landon Gentry.
Gentry here, if that hangs on, well hit ball. Berkshire just squared it up. Boy, that's high.
Koch is at 390, so he's automatically in. All he had to do was hit one ball and play. Koch is in. So you'll see him in the finals. So now it just comes down to Landon Gentry taking a second or better in order to get into the final 8, or at least have a playoff for the final 8.
Berkshire at 375. I think this is Gentry's best ball right here off the right side of the little draw. That'll definitely be in.
Said, I would love to see that ball in slot 4. Probably goes 10 yards farther.
100%.
That's the one problem with being in slot 1. Landon
If he could
Gentry
hit
just
this
hit
ball,
a great
that
ball,
same
but he was in
exact
the wrong
ball,
slot.
but on the left half of the grid,
yep,
it would do him better.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that came back mid-70s, mid-80s, because I guess he took a little bit too much real estate left to right, or right to left.
Oh,
ooh, Landon's
another
hitting the
one
crap
just
out of it right now.
nuked. That'll stay in.
Like I said, if we don't see a big number from Gentry right now, it's just because he's in slot 1. So he takes that ball and hits it another 20
he's hitting
yards
it
left
extraordinarily well.
So those were big numbers.
James.
We're hitting 95. So
I think Kyle was in the 70s. $77 for Gentry.
Yeah, Gentry went 77 right there, and like I said, he hit the ball really good, but he was hitting a draw into a draw win, but he was starting it out right. He was almost
being in
fighting
the left
the
slot
win
was
just
really
a tad.
working against him, aiming out to the right.
So right now, like I said, we're gonna have a log jam here at the top, but I think the numbers have been are done here as far as final 8 guys. Justin James ends up winning the set with a 395. Now it's just a matter of, are you in? You're in 8? Oh, you did. You got in 8. Okay, all right.
Gentry
Landon
did get
Gentry,
in.
Looks like Landon Gentry got in.
Justin James, Scotty Beerman, Brandon Flynn, Kyle Berkshire, Josh Knox, Tesla Reeves, Ryan Reeves, and Landon Gentry. Good luck, gentlemen.
Wow.
This is going to be an awesome final 8
It
right
is.
here.
All right, so it's the regulars that you always see. You know, Landon Gentry actually did get in. Sorry, they were trying to update the thing that Brian Kelly's was the last, or was the 5th set, you know. So he was at 4, maybe he was at 425. So Gentry's going to get in with a 450. 450 points. Okay, here we go. You got your final 8 here. You got Justin James won all sets. Scott Perriman with 850. Brandon Flynn 700 points. Kyle Berkshire 625. Josh Koch 600. Press Labrie, Ryan Reeves back at Landon Gentry. So that was big. Kyle Berkshire ended up coming in 4th. Landon Gentry came in 3rd. So that was it got Landon in. So Landon got in at 450, which, like I said, normally is the bubble, or you get in with that number. So the finals are set. Justin James is going to match up against Landon Gentry. Scotty Perriman, Ryan Reeves back. Brandon Flynn is going to face Press Labrie, and then Josh Koch and Kyle Berkshire. So that's going to be a good matchup. The final round of the quarterfinal is going to be Josh Koch and Kyle Berkshire, 2 kids that are extremely fast, 220 club, who've are consistently there in the semifinals and finals. So Josh Koch ended up winning event number 1, and like you said, you got the world number 1.
Now,
Kyle Berkshire.
what's the format going to be here, Bob, for the final 8? Is it 1v1? Is it match play?
It's match play.
It is match play.
First set, like I said, is going to be Justin James versus Landon Gentry. So Justin will more than likely take the hammer. Landon Gentry will hit the ball first, and then Justin will hit right after him. And, the worst case scenario is that each guy's going to hit. One guy's going to hit 6 balls. One guy could potentially hit 5, but they're going to get their swings in. So it's not a one and done, which is actually a lot better. A lot better for television. We're back. We're live. We're at the Professional Lawn Drivers Association event number 3 here in Newton Grove, North Carolina. Trevor the Macho Man Savage. I don't have a nickname. I've been doing this, I don't know, for 14 years.
The Blue Beaver?
The Blue Beaver is fine. You know, Bobby the Blue Beaver. Bradley. I don't know where we got the Blue Beaver from.
El Diablo Blanco?
El Diablo Blanco is baseball. Roberto. But another great event run by Bobby Peterson. 162-acre chicken farm. It's got more darn electronics, like you said, than a KISS concert. We got 4 TrackMan. If you have a quad, you bring your quad out. You have a flight scope, bring whatever you have. Any type of technology, we got to look into the camera, but we don't want to break it.
There is a whole lot of handsome on camera right now.
We are good looking.
There's actually a whole lot of handsome standing behind the camera right now. He's not in view, but Mr. Bobby Peterson himself.
Peter Bobby Daughter. There we are. Look at us. We're on TV. Hey, man, what's going on? We said for the 700,000 chickens in attendance and the 73 watching here today and the billions around the world, thank you for tuning in. And once again, we want to thank the T-Claw, $200 at the top amateur, and Tornado Tees, Johnny Hotline from Utah.
Sponsoring the refreshments, keeping everybody hydrated.
And, Crank Golf, 22 World Championships. They provided the pizza and the barbecue. Lance Reeder, good to see you a couple days ago, and looking good, man. Lance is such a stud. He's got like 3% body fat and 97 grandkids. Yep. It's impressive.
At least 97.
He might even have 98 by now. By the end of the telecast, he might have 100. Yeah, that's right. All right, we're going to get ready, rocking and rolling here in a little bit. We'll ask Mr. Robbie Peterson, when is this going to start? In a few minutes? All right, so we're going to get rocking and rolling. We're going to lead right into this. We're going to be hitting at a slot number 2, alternate shot, and I would say Justin James has wrapped up the Professional Long Drivers Association Player of the Year. I don't know if that's voted by the players, but, 2 firsts and a third, and he's in the final 8. So Justin James is going to be your Player of the Year, and maybe he might go back to back to back. 3-3-3-3. Oh, they're mixing it up today.
Okay.
They're mixing it up. So,
any idea what the prize is for the Player of the Year? I heard it was a ring, flavored
like
ring pop.
Is it? Huh? We're going to cut the commercial when we get a chance. We're going to cut the commercial. We'll be back right after this.
Innovation comes to those who defy convention. We used advanced artificial intelligence and new materials to change the way distance is designed forever. Radical thinking has engineered a driver with unconventional forgiveness and unlocked the next level of speed. New distance is out there. It takes a Maverick to find it. Maverick, from Callaway, the #1 driver on major worldwide tours.
And Trevor the Macho Man Savage, we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live in Newton Grove, North Carolina, Professional Long Drivers Association, event number 4. We're at the One Stop Power Shop, 162 acres of beauty. Justin James has more than likely wrapped up the Player of the Year for the regular season, Professional Long Drivers Association. The National Championship will be on November 7th in Memphis, Tennessee, hosted by Spencer McDaniel and ATC Fitness. JJ, with 1,000 points in his last set, is going to hit first against Landon Gentry. This is a matchup of the finals of event number 2. I have Trevor the Macho Man Savage. Flew in on his private helicopter, Air Force 3. So here we go. Justin James.
All right, ball number 1 here.
Martin Borgmeyer, hello. JJ with the ball down the right side. This one's going to go OB right. And we have Robbie here getting the numbers.
Starting
that was a
first
miss.
Number at 150 club head speed.
150 miles per hour. Fast Eddie has entered the broadcast. Me and Macho Man wish you nothing but the best, Eddie. He turns 50 here in a couple days, and he will be on the Senior Champions Tour, putting up 200 mile per hour ball speed.
Ooh.
Justin James,
Right
big
down the
ball
middle
right down meridian. What do you think of that ball flight, Trev?
High, baby cut, going with the wind. Can't go wrong there. Good first start there. They're going 3-3, 3-3 here for their 6-ball sets and match play head-to-head.
All right, so we're live on Professional Lawn Drivers Association on YouTube, and then we're on live on Lawn Drivers. Justin James with the ball right down the middle of the fairway, or grid as we call it. High ball out right. So did we get a call back on? We're waiting for a call back. 374. So the winds died down earlier on today. We had a nice downwind grid where the ground is hard. Guys are hitting it into the 400s, 380s, 390s, and 400s. We did have the longest ball of the day from Kyle Berkshire at 420 yards. JJ hit a couple in the 410s. So we're going 3-3, 3, and 3.
I think this is the most neutral the conditions have been all day. The wind has completely just stopped. Barely just a waft of wind going right now.
Landon Gentry, ball 1. This is quarterfinal number 1.
Good
so
start here for
his
Gentry
hand
at
slipped.
the right edge. Yeah, he slipped a little bit, but might get away with that. Might have O.J. Simpson that one.
So right now Justin James is hitting the Formula X. So last year's driver from Crank. He is not hitting the F11. So Lance Reeder.
359
with
confirmed
Crank.
for Gentry there.
Lance Reeder is the owner of Crank, 22 World Championships. So Justin is using that. And we got Landon Gentry using the Patterson LD30 Plus with the Epic Flash Callaway head. So Landon went 350-ish, mid 350s, 359. So right now the winds died down, and what we've seen with those types of conditions are, right in the 370s, 380s. So Justin with a good ball at the mid 370s, but we have seen some 400-yard balls today, a lot in the round of 16. Little slinger right down the left side. We're going to get some numbers here from Robbie. That's at 209, so Landon's at 209 ball speed. Justin today and Kyle Berkshire have had the highest ball speeds at 223 and 224. So Justin James, the 2017 world champion, and he's won the last 2 events here. Landon Gentry, last ball, 378 yards, so he takes the lead. He's up by 4 with Justin with 3 balls to go.
The snapping turtle can uncork one at any moment, though.
All right. Justin James, high ball. This one's going to go, looks like it's going to go OB right. So different structure this time. We have, they were doing alternate shot in the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, and now they're going 3, 3, 3, and 3. So Justin's down to his final 2 balls. Landon Gentry right now at 378 yards. This is quarterfinal number 1. Justin James versus Landon Gentry. Justin James, big ball.
Here. Right dead center.
We just talked about it, Trev. He hit a mid ball 410. He hit a high ball 410. So Let's look at the numbers right now. That was 2,500, not too bad, 220 miles per hour. So that's going to be probably in
Won't
the
hurt him
80s,
down to the
90s.
wind.
385. Justin James takes the lead. 385. I like that ball flight right there. That one's going to hold on.
Towards the right a little bit, but I think that might stay in.
So 223 miles per hour. The one with that ball flight that Justin just hit was a little bit of a cut into a draw wind, but the wind has died down just a tad. And as I say that, we just got a little. Is it a hush a wind?
It's just
there
a
it was,
hush a
399 yards.
399.
So Stephen Atway played baseball with Justin James. Yes, Jacksonville. Justin says hello without saying hello. So 399 yards. Justin just hit a high floater with no spin down the right side. The wind has picked up. 223 mile per hour ball speed. OB left.
I asked Gentry what his favorite color was earlier, and he said green, which is perfect because he's got green shoes, a green shaft. He's now hitting green balls. He said green is for the money and gold is for the honey. So we'll see what he does
Trevor,
here on
you're
balls
wearing a green shirt
5
and a green
6
hat.
Here.
So, all right, so Justin
if anybody's
James on his last
capable
ball.
of uncorking one here, it's Gentry. That draw has been working for him today. Gets a lot of roll.
We deeply apologize if me and Trevor are talking over each other accidentally because we are on trying to multitask. It's like being on CBS and Fox at the same time, Trev. You know, I mean, you know, we got lawn drivers here, and then we got the Professional Lawn Drivers Association on YouTube. So we're trying to multitask here. What kind of shafts are they using? Landon Gentry is using the Patterson Kinetics LD 30 Plus. Justin James is using the House of Forge. Now Justin switches back between the 1X, 3X, and 4X, the Maximus. Jason Zubak, I don't know if he's tuning in or not, but Jay-Z would know, or his dad's here as well. Last ball. Ooh, Landon Gentry, last ball. Big high ball right down the middle of the fairway. Tight draw.
About a 7-yard tight draw.
Big bounce, too. Big bounce. We got some drama. Let's look at the numbers right here. Spin numbers are going to tell you everything because he hit that high. 1,900 spin. That's a good number from Landon Gentry. Ball fell out of the sky there. Landon Gentry hit a great ball on the last one. Didn't get the numbers that he wanted. I mean, that ball flight looked really good.
Looked excellent.
So he even yelled at it.
7-yard draw.
I mean, those numbers, if you look back at his numbers, I mean, 141, 211, 1,900 spin. It said that he carried at 373 on TrackMan and ended up getting a call back at 368. Potentially the ball might have had a fracture in it, per se. I mean, that's it happens. You just never know there because those numbers don't call back a number of 368. So Landon Gentry with a good ball on his last one. All right, Berkshire is going to be hitting right now. So you got Ryan Reeves back walking up, the real deal. Looking good today, dude. I mean, what's it with you hitting a bunch of balls in play right now?
It's I don't know. I'm playing out of my mind. It's not my normal style of play. Usually I'm 1 for 0 for. I don't know.
Yeah.
Coach told me to try to mix it up.
There it is.
Different now.
Coach. All right, so they're asking some questions here on Lawn Drivers, Trevor. When is Berkshire hitting? It looks like he's hitting now. Nobody's playing Hanma. Hanma is not in long drive. What's better to hit the ball farther? What flat shaft or stiff shaft? Honestly, all these shafts are so good. I mean, you can't really go wrong with any of them. It really just what caters to your swing. I mean, if you're hitting in a really, really long tournament, I mean, the Patterson LD30 Plus, you can hit 7 million golf balls and you don't feel like you're fighting the shaft at all. I mean, Kyle's been hitting that now since Rochester full time, and he's obviously been extremely successful. But you got guys like Justin James hitting a 4X shaft later on in the event, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. Strong, Justin's a strong dude, and us would kick our ass if we had to swing a 4X all tournament, but all of them work. I mean, it really just comes down to what type of ball shape shot you're trying to hit. A lot of these shafts, you can get good spin rates with them too, whether you're hitting a 240 CPM or a 280, 290 CPM. All right, so Kyle Berkshire is going up against Josh Koch. Josh Koch ended up winning the Pro Long Drive event here, first event of the year. And now that the wind's died down, like I said, both guys can put it up in the 220s.
Right here, Bob. You got your 2019 World Champ versus the event number 1 of the Rockwell Series winner here. A lot of horsepower between these two.
Hello from England. I can hit the ball 100 yards. You know what? That's 100 yards farther than what I can hit right now because I don't have a golf club. Hello from Brazil. Golfzilla Zubak has entered the chat room. Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT has entered the chat room, the 6-time world champion, Jason Zubak. All right, Josh Koch, quarterfinal number 2. Pro Long Drive event winner number 1 goes first. He's going to hit 3 balls, and then Kyle will be hitting right after him. 220s right now.
Good ball here by the ladder, man.
Yeah, 6-foot ladder. We created a GoFundMe page. Robbie,
That's
we need your
stay
help.
In too. Good.
Let's look at his
ball
numbers.
Flight, see what the numbers have to say.
218, 1,700
yeah,
spin.
That's going to be deep.
375. So we're getting some numbers a little bit different as far as carry with TrackMan at 390 there, but he hit it mid-370s. Justin James hit it 399 on his last ball, hit it probably about 175, 180 feet in the air, just a little cut, no spin. And the right side is the hottest part of the grid out here. Josh Koch, big ball.
Same spot.
Same spot. So what we've tried to figure out is the high ball, the low ball, the mid ball, the right ball, and it seems like all the numbers are coming back very similar.
Identical ball.
373.
Yep. Identical numbers too. 147.7 swing speed. He's been averaging that pretty much all day. It hasn't really deviated at all.
147, 218. You get the fastest guys on the planet hitting right now. Josh Koch, there's the high floater, similar to Justin James's ball. Let's look at his spin rates. That ball was very similar to Justin's, but Justin's was 223 miles per hour when he went 399. We're waiting for the spin rates here. I don't know if you guys can see it. That was 2,900. He spun it a little bit. He went 377. So
Josh Koch, the ladder man, putting a little effort into that.
So there's the difference. Josh hit 2 balls that were a little bit lower down the left side that didn't get as much rollout, but he spun one, a high floater down the right side at 2,900. So about 8,900 spin difference. So if he lowers those spin rates and keeps that same ball flight down the right side, you're going to probably see 390s. All right, the 2019 world champion, Kyle Berkshire here, quarterfinal number 2 against Josh Koch. Here's his first ball. They're right now anywhere between 147 to 150. I mean, Kyle Berkshire is at 221 ball speed. I know you can't really see this here. Sorry, guys. 221. I'll just call it so you don't have to see it the entire time. Does long hair make your shot go farther? Of course. You kidding me?
He's actually owned that same pair of white pants for the last 3 years and has not deviated from.
No, he has
same
not.
pair.
Needless to say, he's got a 365 pair of those. Ball down the right side. This one's going to go OB. 224 miles per hour from Kyle Berkshire.
Head and shoulders should pick him up and OxyClean.
He'll yelling at the ball. Oh, he'll yell if he hits a good one. So, Kyle's looked great today, as he always does. That's why he's a world champion and world number 1. 3 for 3, Mr. Koch. OB right. So Kyle's hitting a good ball, just missing the grid a little bit. That was just a block right. Good ball. 219. 2,000 spin. So I'm liking Kyle's numbers right now. He's just those are just blocks. When you're swinging that hard, you're off by a half degree. You know, things happen. You're OB. We're at
no marks for Berkshire there. So we got Koch still leading the way here in the 70s.
So Koch is just flirting with the left side of the grid. And like I said, when these guys get a couple balls in play, if it was me, I would just start aiming out right. I would just try to hit it down the right side of the grid. 215 miles per hour ball speed. So Koch is 4 for 4 right now. Swinging 148 miles per hour. Grid's 60 yards
very
wide.
Consistent for that speed. Fun to watch.
Not much movement in that golf ball. This one's coming down the left side of the grid, and I said it really just comes down to placement right now.
So far.
Let's look at these numbers. 219 spin rates. Waiting for that spin rate. 2,500. So you're going to look at probably. I mean, I still think that's probably going to be in the 80s. 396.
Great ball there.
Josh Koch, 5 for 5, 396.
On Berkshire with that 96.
2,500 spin, 219 ball speed.
At this point, you got to go for broke.
So now knowing Kyle, I mean, he knows his numbers. He's looking at it. Kyle's swinging, and his ball speed's 222, 224. So he hits a very similar ball flight. 396 is easily attainable. 470 miles per hour. You hit it 470. All right, so we're in Newton Grove, North Carolina at the One Stop Power Shop, Professional Lawn Drivers event number 4. We're running live on Lawn Drivers, and we're also running live on YouTube. Professional Lawn Drivers Association. Kyle Berkshire down to his last 3 balls. Needs to go 396 yards or better to win the set.
Oh, 99.
This one's coming down the left side of the grid. This one's going to be flirting down the line. This is a good ball, too. Kyle Berkshire at 221 miles per hour. Got a big bounce, big bounce. 1,700 spin. Now is just a matter if you hit it high enough. That ball is a little bit lower of a ball flight. 374. So Kyle, the spin rate numbers are there. The ball speed numbers, just ball flight was just a little lower than he likes. Big ball, Kyle Berkshire. This one's flirting down the right side. This one's going to be hugging the line. This one's going to be extremely close. That's the ball flight that he wants. 223 miles per hour down the right side, which is the hottest part of the grid.
All right, so 397 is going to be Berkshire's mark here.
Kyle Berkshire down to his last ball. Gorilla Pino, hello. Thanks for joining the telecast.
As he has.
Big ball, Kyle Berkshire. This one's about 200 feet in the air with absolutely no spin. That's just a matter of 225 miles per hour. Just a matter if he gets rollout or not, because this ball is definitely high enough and fast enough. 398 yards. Kyle Berkshire takes it on the last ball, wins by 2 yards to take down Josh Koch with some drama.
Took it down to
there might be 502 people here. Well, there's more than 502 people here, but Kyle Berkshire made an adjustment last 2 balls because his ball flight in ball number 4 was a little bit too low, Trev, and he made an adjustment, and the ball down that right side was probably farther than 398 yards. And Berkshire on the last ball, 6-ball heroics, is going to end up going into the semifinals, and he's going to face, well, he's not going to face Justin James because he's on the top half of the bracket. So I'm going to say Berkshire is going to face Ryan Reesback and or Brandon Flynn. Joe, he's going to face Justin James? Is it? Yeah. Okay, all right. All right, so Justin James is going to face Kyle Berkshire. 2 world number 1s in the semifinals. All right, Trev. Well, how about that one? How about that one, as you said?
What a way to pull that out. Clutch
200,
6-ball.
225 miles per hour for you there on the 6th ball.
You see that a lot, but always makes it for
last ball,
TV,
best ball. I mean, Kyle's looked great all day, and like I said, these guys are able to make adjustments. I mean, maybe they can hear what we're saying, maybe they don't. But I mean, when you have the TrackMan data in front of you and you can see your height, yeah, you're good. It doesn't matter.
17 something.
1,700, yeah, dude, it was perfect. So Berkshire with the 225 mile per hour bullet, he hit it about 200 feet in the air. I mean, that ball was high and it was long. And like I said, we have a little bit of wind here, not too much, but that was last ball heroics. He ends up beating Josh Koch by 2 yards. Now we got the real deal, big deal, Ryan Reesback, the pride of Salt Lake City, Utah, going up against Brandon Flynn from Orlando. Reesback's look great all day, man. He's been hitting
those smooth draws. I think he's going to start keeping it down the middle here, playing that draw, get up the left side, not fight the wind. The wind is a little bit crossing down.
Look at this guy.
The right side of the grid has been hotter.
Built like, I don't even know what he's built like. You know, I mean, when I got to take the politically correct route, you know, or the PG route. You know, he's built like a poop house, brick poop house. You know, guy's a stud. He's such a stud. Good looking. Sarah, if you're at home watching your beautiful husband
actually a
hit.
big Tom and Jerry fan.
Ryan's got 5 lovely kids. Those green balls are really hard to see.
Ryan's actually got 9 kids and big cartoon fan, so Tom and Jerry is his thing, and Jerry in particular. I think he said the mouse was actually his favorite.
All right. So Reesback is 0 for 3. Brandon Flynn, rookie on the scene, but just an absolute stud muffin. A stud. Great swing, very consistent
Been
ball
very
flight.
smooth all day, Bob.
Yes, he
super
has.
smooth.
Super
Again, like
smooth.
we talked about the baseball reference, that effortless power.
Yep. All right. Slip, but that one's going to be right down the right side of the fairway. Hopefully he was okay. He didn't pull anything. Uh-oh, that might not be good. Like I said, a lot of swings today. You know, I mean, that's you potentially could hit,
fatigue.
you know, 13 sets in order to win this thing. He did hit a ball down in play, so he's got one in play. 370 yards.
There on the first one, which
Hopefully he didn't hurt
on.
himself. Hopefully he's all right.
Must be walking off that right ankle a little bit.
Oh,
I think he's
Brandon
hurting.
might have hurt himself.
Yep, I think he's hurting.
I don't think he needs the hit anymore. That's unfortunate.
The way he's pulling his toe up makes me think Achilles. I
Yeah.
hope it's nothing like that.
This is tough. Yeah, I don't think he should hit anymore.
He's a competitor.
Yeah, like I said, hopefully Brandon's all right here. Oh, man. So it looks like Brandon Flynn has hurt himself. He's hurt his right calf or his Achilles. No. All right, so this is quarterfinal number 3. Ryan Reeves back. Brandon Flynn. Flynn's looks like he's hurt his calf muscle. Yeah.
Good
Ryan
swing
Reeves
here,
back.
Best one of the set.
Big ball, high ball, very
Right
similar
center.
ball flight to Kyle Berkshire's. This one's 208 miles per hour, 2,000 spin.
Pretty good run out there.
We're not Bobby Peterson, but I'd say that's probably, what, 382, you know? 381, whatever, you know. Close enough. Call me the Rain Man.
Good call there.
You know, I'm trying to pull a Bobby Peterson there.
Similar
So,
ball flight, just a little more left in the first one.
There's the difference between, 209 and 225 miles per hour, practically the same ball. Just, Kyle's just on a different planet. 225 miles per hour on his last ball to beat Josh Koch by 2 yards. Koch looked great, too. Ended up hitting 5 out of 6 in play. Really hard to see those green golf balls.
This ball was definitely hammered. I think it's going to have a higher ball speed number than his first one. Yep, 213 on that.
Ryan Reeves back,
swing speed.
86 years old, still going 213. Look at that. Look at you.
Plans on having at least 3 more kids, he tells me.
All right.
He's going to have grandkids before he's finished having kids.
Dan. Hello in New Zealand. What time is it in New Zealand right now? I actually watched Dan hit a ball 7 inches, a grown man, swinging, 140 miles per hour, hit it 7 inches in China. It was a heck of a shot. Now, Dan, that was awesome. That was one of my most memorable drives I've ever seen in my 14 years in long drive. You hit that ball. That was a long 7 inches. You hit that thing too. It went straight up in the air and went 7 inches. 9 a.m. Okay, 9 a.m. in New Zealand. Well, thanks for tuning in. Brandon Flynn, good ball. This
Flynn
one's
right
high.
here.
Let's look at these numbers.
Nice
I'm liking
and
that ball
high,
flight. Very
center,
similar to
3-yard
Ryan's.
draw.
A couple miles per hour faster than Ryan's too. Now just a matter if he gets the spin rates. Ryan's was right at 2,000.
214. This is 211.
372. So he might have spun it just a little bit more than 2,000 there. Say Ryan was at.
Final ball here.
Ryan Reeves back was
the
at
encouragement by
2,000
Reeves back here.
spin.
It's just about what the sport's all about. You're going to battle against somebody, but you're still encouraging your competitor.
Ooh,
And a
good ball.
final
Brandon
ball
Flynn. He's
here.
walking forward, too. All right, let's look at these numbers. 214. Those numbers are looking good. Just a matter of spin rate. I like the height on that ball, too. And that one didn't look like it had any spin on it. We might get some last ball heroics again in the third set. Look at this. Let's look at Ryan's face. It'll tell you everything. 382. Ryan Reeves back here at 381.
We have a measurement.
They're going to have to measure that. We got 381 and 382 here. Brandon Flynn on the last ball literally with one leg, Guys.
He might have just nicknamed himself the Pirate. Peg leg.
Okay. All right, so Ryan Reesbeck's at 380. They gave him a long 381. Brandon Flynn, on one leg.
For Ryan Reesbeck, 383 for Flynn.
Yeah. Brandon Flynn's going to need a damn stretcher to walk off the golf course. Look at this kid.
Yeah, he's definitely
all right.
that right ankle
Brandon
to
Flynn.
right calf. He pulled something during his first 2 swings. And
breaking the action. Open up a full TrackMan data and take a look at the last data point and see how far TrackMan is tracking the ball. Okay. All right. So that one had to carry Jay-Z at 370. So, and like I said, the wind actually was pretty much dead for a little bit. And like I said, Landon Gentry's ball was the one that really didn't make that much sense. The last ball he hit was hit really hard, but it ended up coming back at 368. So only one can guess that ball might have had a defect in it. So based on the spin rates, but we can look at that.
No, but they
You need someone in the grid with a hot mic? Yes, we do.
Compared to his. You got it? Oh, got it.
All right, so we got Press LeBrie, the greatest teammate I've ever had in my entire life. What a stud. A champion, by the way. A champion. Yeah, we're ready. All right, quarterfinal number 4. Press LeBrie, the stud from Reno, youngster. Either he's 21 or 22. All I know is that he can drink beer. And you got the 2-time amateur world champion, Scott Beerman.
The best French name in long drive.
Yeah. This ball's about
S-car,
7 miles
go,
in
ball.
the air with no spin. That was it, like he hit that high in the face. You could tell 202. Hey, it's a number though. It's a number.
Always good to put the first one in.
I apologize for going back to the screen, guys. I don't need to do that because I know that you can't see it. All right, we got 376. A good start. It's a number.
One.
A number's a number.
Press probably hits the highest ball of anybody in the final 8.
Press LeBrie, the pride of Reno. Big ball down the right side. This one's going to go OB right,
though.
though.
Stay out, though.
Let's look
Didn't
at these
quite
numbers.
Get the face shut.
Press at 142.209. And I said that I wasn't going to show the TrackMan numbers, and I still did it. I'm terrible at multitasking. Look at this. We're on Professional Lawn Drivers Association on YouTube. There's Robbie. He's got great hair. There's Trevor. Trevor's got the best hair in the business at his actual length. Obi right. So Press is feeling it. And once again, that was 147 miles per hour club speed, 209. So a little bit of a miss hit. And we got Scott Beerman, stud.
Definitely got the best beard of the final 8 right here.
He does. He does have a great beard.
Takes
Trev.
good care. Well groomed.
Well, it is. Wearing the purple.
Gentleman.
He is a gentleman. I believe he is with FedEx. So him and Denny Hamlin hang out every weekend. Mr. Perriman, big ball, big sweeping hook. This one starts down the right side. This one's going to go right down the middle of the fairway.
See what kind of action
or the grid, as we call it. For the 81,000 followers that follow us, like 200 of us are in lawn drive, so we call it a grid.
He flew it far, though.
So 205, a little towing. 379. So Mr. Perriman, he hits a big hook, a big high hook.
So he's in current leader right now at 379 over Press LeBrie.
So all right, I'm not going to look back. That was a miss hit. All right, so Scotty hits a big high draw. So right now, perfect case scenario is that Scotty starts his draw down the middle of the fairway and turns it over so it can roll down that left side of the grid. And what's going to happen here a little bit, Trev, is that he's going against, even though it's downwind.
Well, the wind is now picked up. It's doubled.
Scotty's
We're probably about 7 miles an hour, 6 miles an hour now from stagnant to 1.
Obi left. So we're in quarterfinal number 4. Kyle Berkshire, Justin James, Brandon Flynn are going to be in the semifinals, either against Press LeBrie or Scotty Perriman.
Press LeBrie actually vacuum seals his pants to his leg for aerodynamic purposes. So
yes, it does.
That is not an optical illusion. That's actually happening.
It is actually happening.
takes a shot back,
Trevor,
gets it right underneath, and then throws the there's actually a rubber band on the bottom there.
people don't have the pleasure of actually hearing you on Lawn Drivers because Trevor's hilarious. This is awesome.
This is a big one here. If this stays in,
This ball is
super
hit
high.
so high, 214
It is in the
miles
air
per hour.
a long time. 213.
I'll round up. He's at 213.9. Whatever. That's a big ball right there. Let's look at the spin numbers.
385.
That's a good number
now
right
taking
now.
the lead. So Beerman's going to need roughly 9 more yards to tie him.
When you hit a draw this way and you hit it, started out that way with a draw, you're fighting the wind slightly. You know better.
Little
Wes
tuggy on
Patterson
that one.
is entered the chat room. If you guys aren't following Wes Patterson, he puts out the best content, golf content ever. It's very impressive. And trying to a fade win. It's not a fade win. There's the awkward silence.
Another one.
All right.
Super high.
It's still downwind. You
this
are
is
right.
200
Wes.
feet in the air plus.
You are right. It's still downwind, but see, we got we got the peanut gallery. Wes is the peanut gallery. He's still downwind, but
389. That's his new
he's
longest.
fighting the wind. He's starting the ball out way out right, about 20 yards of draw.
Beerman's
But
gonna
since
need
you're
about
here,
14,
Wes,
15
you
yards
know
here to
exactly what I'm
catch
talking
up.
about.
Gut check time.
Longest ball of the day is 420 yards by Kyle Berkshire. So Scotty Beerman. Big draw. This one's going Obi left.
And contrary to belief, Scott Beerman does not skip leg day. His pants are just that baggy. It's just the opposite of Press Labrie.
All right, how do you get started in lawn drive? Just enter events. You know, we got amateur lawn drive. You got professional lawn drive. XLD.
Actually, I'm not even convinced those are his pants. They might be Reesbeck's.
All right, Scotty Beerman down to his final 2 balls. He's got to go 385.
He's really getting after
All
it.
right. Let's look at these numbers. He's at 212. He definitely has the horsepower. Yeah, Eddie, there you go. He understands exactly what I'm saying. You probably need to hit a hook, fade, cut draw. If he hits a hook, fade, cut draw, we're good.
All right. Scott Beerman, a.k.a. Hammer Pants of Long Drive, on his final ball here.
The fire champ, Wes. Yeah, Wes Patterson, the 2018 Global Infinity Series champion. He is the richest guy in long drive. Ooh, big high ball. So now this is what we're talking about. He hit that about 750
is
feet
even
in the
higher
air.
than Labrie's
No
ball, Bob.
spin.
That's
And
even higher
he
than Press's.
started
Big hop.
it here, not here,
Let me see if
and
you
then
got the
brought it
carry out.
back. He hit it there, and then went a little bit like that. 383 yards. He's going to lose
great
by
ball.
2
Good
yards.
try.
Press Labrie at 385 yards. Scotty Beerman just hit a big ball there.
Close matches here.
You know.
Got to bring your best to get through this 8.
All right. So that was the quarterfinals. Kyle Berkshire is going to go up against Justin James. Press Labrie is going to go up against Brandon Flynn. We're going to come back here for the semifinals and the finals live on Lawn Drivers. We're coming right back. Last ball heroics. Trevor, you can. There's dead air. You can talk, man. We're still on.
Berkshire he just refuses to go ponytail, pigtail.
No. Give me like
clip.
1 minute.
He's just used what the good Lord gave him, letting it fly. Best hair in long drive, the Fabio of long drive. Not only is he good looking, he is your current reigning world long drive champion. Going to be a big match here. Champion versus champion. Justin James, formerly of the Toronto Blue Jays, pitcher. A lot of speed between these two.
Whatever. Sure.
Again, Justin James, I think, part of the only father-son duo of world long drive champions. His dad, Jerry James, Mr. California. Berkshire with ball number 1 here in the semifinals. Good start here for Berkshire. Down the middle, tight draw, nice high launch. We're going to see what the numbers are. 150 swing speed, 222 ball speed. Let's see what that spin rate's like.
All right, we're back. Semifinal number 1, Kyle Berkshire versus Justin James, two former,
Not getting the spin rate.
current world number 1 and former world number 1, battling in an absolute death match.
Here
Berkshire,
we go.
big ball right down the right side of the grid.
Just watching those
spin.
two swings, he's in a groove
That
now.
ball was roped.
He's-
Right down
Oh,
the
that
right
ball
side.
just took off hot.
He didn't like it, a little thin, 214, but you know
It
what?
took off, though.
It was a thin it to win it kind of deal where he might have hit a couple grooves too low, but it's getting some good roll up. 387. All right, we're back. Kyle Berkshire at 387. We're in semifinal number 1 at Professional Long Drivers event number 4.
Here we go.
This one's down
This
the right
ball's
side
going
of
to be
the
down the
grid.
right line. I think it's going to stay in.
225.6 miles per hour from Kyle Berkshire. This
Oh,
big
yeah,
ball right down
huge
the right side of
ball.
the fairway, the hottest part of the grid. That's going to be a big number. We might see 400 out of that one. 410, Kyle Berkshire. Wes Patterson is joined, guys. If you're not following Wes Patterson, get on and follow him. Eddie Fernandez, the 2018 Masters Division World Champion, has entered the chat room as well. We have Justin James, the 2017 World Champion, going up against the 2019 World Champion, Kyle Berkshire. Berkshire on his last ball, 225 miles per hour, 410 yards. So we're going to see JJ.
This is about as fast of a matchup as you can possibly have in World Long Drive.
So
you got your other exceptions. You got your Borgmeyers and whatnot. But here today, and
Justin James, ball number 1, semifinal number 1 against the 2019 World Champion, Kyle Berkshire. JJ with
Good
the ball
start
down
here.
the right side, little spinny, looked a little spinny, little toey. 213 from JJ.
stayed up the right side, stayed in. There'll be a ball in play.
So the wind has picked up just a tad.
380 on the nose. So Berkshire sitting at 410.
Joe Miller has entered the chat room, world champion, Golfzilla Zuback. Between Zuback with 6 world champions. Joe Miller,
we
Justin
go.
James with a big ball here. We got a lot of goats, you know, in the house. We got one goat, obviously. Wes, it's coming right to left, buddy.
402, so he's 8 yards behind Berkshire right now. Berkshire sitting at 410.
Brandon Flynn is in the finals, or semifinals.
Make no mistake, Justin James, that
They're hitting the
8-yard
top
gap
flight
is
bomb
nothing
balls.
to
You can
him.
get
He
Colton
sees-
Castos all over
He
it.
sees his longest being a lot further than 410. He just wants to hit his ball.
So Mitch Grassing's entered the chat room. Mitch Grassing, runner-up in 2017 at the World Championships. So we got Justin James at 402, Kyle Berkshire at
This one is a
410.
tower high shot. Stayed in right side. Might be just under 4. Yep, for 399.
All right, we got a slight wind, Trev. You know,
Yeah, it's
nothing
picking
too
up just a
crazy.
little bit.
Merrill with Biff. Sorry, Biff. Biff with just pure comedy. He's the best.
All right, Berkshire still sitting at 410. Ball number 6.
What was his ball speed on that one?
Justin
220.
James at 402.
We're on the last ball, Kyle Berkshire.
It'll be
So
left
interesting,
there.
the guys that had the top seeds, well, Justin took the hammer in this one. They've gone first, but JJ being, winning every set in the round of 16, decides to take the hammer and believe he went first. So, all right, the wind is picked up.
Getting that down breeze again. It's not hard. Maybe a little 4-mile-an-hour.
All right, so Justin James needs to hit at 411, and one set he went 410. Semifinal, number 1, Justin James down in the final 3 balls. He's at 402. Kyle Berkshire at 410. Obi left. And as we mentioned, Justin James has wrapped up the Player of the Year for the regular season for the Professional Lawn Drivers Association with 2 wins, potentially 3, and a T for 3.
He also wins Shortest Shorts Award.
Obi left. Yeah, you say shorter shorts. Those are actually Nick Kiefer's pants. Those are Nick Kiefer's pants. All right. So Justin James with 222.9 on that last ball.
All right, all comes down to this. 410 Berkshire. James at 402. He's going to need 9 yards to best Berkshire.
Final ball, Justin James.
Ball number 6.
Obi left. Kyle Berkshire is
quite
going
get
to
it.
be in the finals. He's going to face Brandon Flynn or Press Labrie. So JJ with a hell of a season. 4 events, 2 firsts, 2 thirds. Looked great today. And like
Justin
I said,
looked great all day.
These guys are hitting bombs, hitting them in the 400s right now. The
Very
longest
good match
balls of
between those two.
the playoffs. So, all right. So Brandon Flynn was just carted out here. He ended up getting carted out.
Yeah, it looks like he tripped up his right side a little bit, whether it's a calf injury or a pulled Achilles. Let's hope it's not too serious, that he makes it through these rounds unscathed with just a little bit of ouch.
All right, so Wes, you're very active here in the comments section. Can you do a documentary, Golf for Cops? Absolutely. You guys need to go to the Golf for Cops event. It's in Jupiter, Florida, at Trump Jupiter. It's December 7th and 8th. Some of the longest hitters in the world will be competing. If you'd like to make a donation, Wes, you could put the link in the comment section. Joe Miller, you are a handsome dude. And you know what? I would actually let you get on this, but Press Labrie's ready to hit. We're ready to go. All right, Press Labrie, the pride of Reno. Nevada. If you say Nevada, that's wrong. It's Nevada. All right, Press Labrie, the greatest teammate in the history of team sports and long drive. My partner.
All right,
We're
here we
champions.
go.
I'm
And with
retiring
that wind
champion.
picking up, this high ball flight of Prez is going to work to his advantage.
Press Labrie, mid-ball
Although
draw.
that's a mid-ball flight there.
And as Wes Patterson mentioned, Press hit a tight little draw into a draw wind, but he hit it a little low. Instead of hitting a draw that goes out this way and comes back in, that fights the draw. So, what number?
A little
386.
spinny on that one. 386,
All right, that
though.
was a misread by TrackMan there on the spin. 386. And Press going with the lower ball flight.
Yeah.
I'm liking this.
Identical
this is a tight
spots
draw.
here.
This one started right down the middle of the fairway with a little draw.
That had a
releasing now.
better
Big
hop,
bounce
though.
down the
Lot
left
of
side.
bounce.
Oh, it's rolling. It's still rolling. Oh, they're going back. How far are the trees? 500 yards? That might have hit the trees. 381.
381.
Okay. That ball was about 10 feet, 12 feet shorter. Joe Miller, one of the best cooks in long drive as well. Him and Will Hogue could cook to
Here
the
we
death.
go.
Press
3
with
out of
3
3
for
here.
3.
Just filling
right
it up.
down the right side. And you say, Trev, the right side's the hottest, so that one might get a little bit more rollout. Those were nice
Not a
little
bad
tight
hop.
draws there from Press Labrie. So 379. So if Press is
Very,
going to
very
make an
consistent
adjustment,
first 3 balls there.
if Press is going to make an adjustment, it's going to be this. He's going to try to hit a little bit higher. So those balls were very nice golf balls, but they were maybe a little too low. What was ball speeds? Press with a 209 ball there. Brandon Flynn.
Brandon, smooth ball down the
Big
middle
ball.
here.
Brandon's got a great ball flight.
208.7 ball speed there.
Wes, when you take this microphone, you can say whatever you want. Okay? Why don't you go live on your page,
382.
Wes? See how many people show up. Just kidding. All right, we're at 382.
Just a bit outside there.
All right, so Brandon Flynn hobbling here on his right calf. Hopefully he's all right. Like I said, he injected it with one of the pigs that Bobby cooked. Threw in a bunch of pork in his calf muscle.
Need some of that Mr. Miyagi stuff from
He did.
inside the shop here.
Gallon of water. All right, so Brandon's at 382. Press is at 385. All right.
I'm just hoping for his own sake that
You
he's
better believe it, Chris Hall.
he's hitting hurt, not hitting injured. There's a difference.
Yeah.
You can compete when you're hurt.
Mansfield made it to the round of 36. Sorry, Trevor, doesn't have access to all these questions here. All right, so we got Press Labrie down to his final 3 balls. We're in semifinal number 2. Winner will face Kyle Berkshire. There's the
Hitting it solid here, just leaving it out just a little bit.
Flight.
This is more his ball flight, what he's gotten through all his rounds with today. Rocket high balls.
They have 32 players today that showed up. I don't know. What is first place? We don't know. If I was a guessing man, Wes, I'd say it's at least $17 million for first. $5 million? $5 million. Peter Bobby Daughter said it's $5 million.
Big
ball.
Here.
Here we go. Press Labrie. That's the ball
what kind
flight
of
I like
sets.
to see right there.
215.
Spin rates. Let's look at that. This one's a big ball, and we got a little bit of wind gust.
22. It's
we'll
not a
take
bad there. Yep. 390 ball. Yeah.
391 from Press Labrie. Is Press Labrie single? Not after this. Not after this. This live video. He'll have about 600 girls sliding into his DMs. Obi left.
Caught it, but
So
just
the greatest
a little too
teammate in
much
the
turn.
history of Long Drive. Press Labrie is at 391 yards going up against Brandon Flynn here. Practically on one leg. But the heart the size of a lion, Trev.
We're all athletes here from one aspect to another, but again, I hope he's competing hurt, not injured. You can compete when you're hurt.
Yep, they got 32 guys today, Wes, and they actually had 3 or 4 other guys that wanted to sign up. Brandon Flynn, Obi Wright.
Tell he's catering a little bit.
The national championships are going to be in Memphis at the Putt-Putt with Mr. Spencer McDaniel hosting the event, and brought to you by ATC as the title sponsor. First 32 that sign up, but I got a feeling that's going to sell out quickly, and I'm just going to take a wild guess and say they might have 45 or 48. Maybe they have 64. Good ball,
Big
Brandon
ball
Flynn.
here.
Ooh, I like that ball flight. 211. That had no spin. That was on a string right there. Little tight draw. Tight draw being 2 yards. It's dead silent. I have absolutely no idea what that number was. That was a good ball, though. 399 yard Brandon Flynn.
Takes it over Press Labrie.
That ball flight was perfect, man. Mid ball, no spin, little draw. I mean, little draw being 2 yards.
You know, Bob, prime example, Brandon's injury that he's nursing on that right side reminds me of our late, great, good friend, near and dear friend, Steve McGann, after his unfortunate injury where he was robbed at gunpoint, shot in the leg, showed up to a long drive event probably 2 months after being shot in the leg, and it was the best he's ever competed. Brandon Flynn's clearly fighting through whatever's ailing that right foot of his or right leg, and he is just putting moves on the ball right now.
You sign up. You sign up. There's no qualifying. You sign up, you pay your money, and you can enter the national championship. You know, I'm going to say there's going to be more than 32 guys at this national championship, United States national championship. They open up the borders. You guys can come in there as well. Maybe we even call it a world championship. They're going to have a national championship for right-handed pitchers that were drafted by the Pirates in the first round. All right, we're in the finals. Kyle Berkshire up against Brandon Flynn. Chris Hall with the best videos ever. He knows how to shoot a video. Always at night, at the putt-putt place, top tracer, perfect lighting, and hits bombs.
So this
Always
is
hits it at
our
that big tower.
final here.
All right.
Berkshire and Brandon Flynn. Final 6 balls for event number
Kyle
4, the
Berkshire.
PLDA Rockwell Series.
Ooh,
Berkshire
big ball,
starting
Kyle
off with a
Berkshire
big ball.
down
This
the
is going to
left
flirt
side.
with the left.
This one needs to hold on. This one's hugging down the left side of the grid.
Might
It's 60
just be
yards
outside.
wide, landing now. If that one stays in play, that's a big ball right there.
Just
oh,
OB.
just OB it. 224 miles per hour. As we mentioned earlier, Kyle ended up taking this line with a little bit of a draw, not this.
So the
way.
approximate there was 380 on his OB ball.
OB left. We're having fun here, Trev, you know? Said the schedule for the upcoming event, it's a November 7th. Big ball, Kyle
Huge
Berkshire.
one here by Berkshire. This will definitely stay in.
Tight draw, 224, about 170 feet in the air, landing now. Big bounce, big bounce. This one's going to be in the
That's gonna be
400s. I'm
close
going to take
again.
a wild guess. I'm going to use my high school education, say 407. Okay, 397. I was way off. I'm fired. .397 yards. The only thing that I would change about that last ball, Trev, is hit a little higher. That's it. Seems like the balls in the 190s and 200s are the balls that are going a little bit farther right now. Big ball, Brandon Flynn down the left side. Very similar to Kyle's first ball. Hugging down the left side with a little bit of a draw.
Injury or not,
211
he
miles
is
per
just
hour.
consistent with that swing.
So let's paint the picture, Trev.
It's the finals, 386 right now.
We're live in Newton Grove, North Carolina at the One Stop Power Shop, Professional Lawn Drivers Association event number 4. We're in the finals. Kyle Berkshire versus Brandon Flynn. Brandon Flynn on his second ball. Big ball right here from Brandon Flynn. I like that ball flight. Nice and high. We're looking at the numbers. It's 214, right down the middle of the grid.
Look
This
like it
is
got
the
a
finals.
hard to
Ken
tell.
Savage is here. Macho Man is here.
390.
390. So Brandon Flynn, 7 yards behind Kyle Berkshire. Berkshire with a 224 mile per hour ball that went 397. OB right. All right. 2019 world champion has 3 more balls to go in search of his first win of the season. Professional Lawn Drivers event number 4. We're in the finals. Both guys have hit the ball great all day, obviously. Everybody's a winner, Wes. Everybody's a winner, especially you. You're my champion. Berkshire is letting it rip. Oh, 225.9.
That one won't stay in, though. We're going to drift that one.
Said he's got the right idea here, hitting the ball high, starting it down the middle with a little bit too much of a draw.
The wind's starting to pick up again. He can hang that ball out to the right a little more. Same flight. You might even see the longest ball of the day.
Yeah. Trevor said he might see the longest ball of the day. I'm going to call 414 yards here. Ooh,
That's got
Berkshire,
potential.
big ball. This is the right height right here. I like that height. 225 miles per hour. This one's coming down the left
Big
side, and the
hop.
ball releases.
Huge
Good night.
hop.
Good night, nurse, as Art would say.
The Sellingerism.
Good night, nurse. Just say ow, just say pow.
411.
411. I was off by 3 yards. I said 414. Berkshire, 411, last ball. Obi left.
He went
That's
after
going to be
it.
a tough ball to catch right there.
He went
411
after
yards from the 2019 world champion, 225 miles per hour. He made a little bit of adjustment, went about 20 feet higher in his last 3 balls, and that's the difference between 397 yards and 411 yards. Brandon Flynn down to his last 3 balls here. Needs 412 to win his first professional event. I like that ball flight. Really high. This one's coming down the right side depending on a bounce. This one's hugging down the right side, Trev. What do you think, bud?
I think that's going to be just out. I think he pushed it just a little
kicked right.
bit.
210. Oh, be right.
Still putting up the ball speed, even with that foot.
James Tate's entered the chat room. Ryan Gregnell. We got all the studs on here right now. We got world champions. We just got ballers. Brandon
This
Flynn.
match is not over.
Ball number 5. Obi right. All right, so Brandon Flynn's down to his last ball. We're going to paint the picture. Kyle Berkshire at 411 yards, the 2019 world champion in search of his first win. We're live in Newton Grove, North Carolina at the One Stop Power Shop. Professional Long Drivers event number 4. This is the last ball of the tournament. And the Nationals start November 7th. Get ready to register because it's going to sell out quick. Brandon Flynn, 6th ball. Big
David,
ball,
everything he
Brandon
had.
Flynn down the right side. He couldn't ask for much better. Let's look at the numbers. You can't see it. It's 213.
Best
but I
ball
like the
speed
spin
of the
rates.
set.
He hit it on the fastest side of the grid, too. This one's landing now, and it released. Waiting on a callback. You can cut the tension with a knife. You can't hear anything. Just look at these faces. 385 yards. Kyle Berkshire is going to win Professional Long Drivers event number 4. He looked great all day. Brandon Flynn practically on one leg there, you know.
Hats off to Brandon there, just getting after it. We saw the injury in the quarterfinals. We didn't know what was going to happen. He was limping off the tee box, wasn't sure he was going to hold it together. Gets past Ryan Reeves, makes it to the semifinals, gets through the semifinals with a big ball, 399, and goes up against Berkshire for a pretty epic final.
Thank you. Hey, good job, guys. Good job. All right, we're going to go interview the champ. Good night. God bless. Drive home safely. Enjoy your Saturday and enjoy your Sunday. Press the free. You look good, buddy.